I don't know enough about the situation to comment about that.
Oh, here we go. I'll show it to you right now.
Okay, fine. Since you are begging, I do believe that Donald Trump is intimidated. I know. I think you're
Okay,
begging.
no interruptions.
So let me just answer that. I do appreciate you begging. So I would just say it like this: that the president has always been intimidated by the intellectual prowess of black men.
Every
Yes,
of
yes,
every smart person. Let's
yes,
not
yes.
throw racism in where it doesn't belong, guys.
I mean,
Okay.
bullshit.
Donald
Hold on.
Trump
Because
is
Let
intimidated
Uncle
by
Fatty
smart
go.
people.
Let Uncle Fatty go. Go ahead, Uncle Fatty. Go ahead.
He's intimidated by smart people.
Go ahead.
his whole, I mean, mind you, his whole
I
political
love
career
poorly educated.
started with going after Barack Obama.
Go ahead, Uncle Fatty.
100%.
Go ahead.
Who started the birther movement?
So you really believe Brandon Johnson is correct here? You really believe that Trump is intimidated by intellectual black men, huh?
I think he's intimidated and very, very intimidated by smart people in general. Yes.
Really?
Why does he feel the need to always let us know how smart his uncle was, who was an MIT
I will
professor?
admit, I'll meet you liberals halfway with this one. I do believe that Trump is less of an intellect and more. He uses a lot of his reptilian brain, and he's very good at it. Like he is very good at using his reptilian, and I believe that's why he's always in a position of success. Intellectually, I'll meet you halfway. I don't think he's an intellect, but I don't. But me personally, I don't agree with Brandon Johnson. But I do respect your opinion. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I would say he projects success. He's not successful.
You don't think so?
He's the only businessman to ever bankrupt a casino in America. That's not success.
I take your word
Okay,
for it.
he's the only man to bankrupt a bottled water company in America. That's not success. Okay, he projects success and he never shows weakness. He never, ever, ever shows weakness.
Well, that's one thing I agree with what you're saying about him being successful and projecting it, but I think he leans on that to be successful. Like if I project successful, people will believe it, and I can make more deals. Like the art of the deal, I really feel that he's a brand. Like he said, he's a brand. If I keep my brand looking successful, I can fool people, and that's another reason why he don't like smart people. It's easier to fool people that's not as smart as you. So if you realize, hey, I'm gonna show them and let them believe that I'm successful, these dumber people will believe I'm successful, and those are the people that I'm afraid. It's the art of the con, not the art of the deal.
You tell somebody something 3 times and they actually hear you, right?
Hey,
Why does he
Lena,
always repeat himself and say everything 3 times? Okay?
because the people he is speaking to.
If you tell them 30 times, they will actually believe you. Okay, 3 times they hear you, 30 times they believe you, 300 times they will fight for you, 3,000 times they will die for you.
So Uncle Fatty, so Brandon Johnson, he's the mayor of Chicago. I just went over all the crime statistics from their own statistics.
Yeah,
that they put out.
Should we?
So you're saying that Trump is just? So why is Trump targeting Chicago?
Because his perception of it is majority black.
I was asking Uncle Fatty.
You can ask me a question too.
Because
I'm gonna tell you the truth, at you. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you.
I would love to have Uncle Fatty.
It's fear tactics. There's a lot of crime, for sure, in Chicago, especially when we look at the demographics. When we break stuff down by neighborhood, right, and the color of the neighborhood. Sure. Should we also send troops into Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Should we send them into Detroit as well?
So basically, you believe in violating the people's constitutional rights. So much for the country.
I mean, Chicago's not even top 5, guys.
Right, but you have to admit Chicago is a major city. So
grifters don't have principle. Grifters don't have principle.
What happens in big cities where there's more people?
A lot of big cities have a lot of people and the crime rate is low.
Okay,
go ahead.
I really want to say something here because I'm.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Brother Fetty said something very interesting. Because this really gets me upset because we've been saying this all along as black people who are politically aware. When Obama was called a liar by a white conservative during a State of the Union address, When Jimmy Carter came out and said the overwhelming portion of opposition towards President Barack Obama was based on the fact he was a black man. I mean, we forget this history, but this was not long ago. Trump's whole descendancy to the government.
Hang tight, Linwood. Get me with a $10 cash up. Let these TDS, Trump derangement syndromes, folks, know more than 3 more years. All right, 3 more years, man. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gimpy.
Oh no, I don't know what.
We're not gonna ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man.
Must be the Monday, that's got me rolling so smooth. Must be the Monday, must be, 'cause I got folks wanting to be my friend. Must be the Monday, people now.
Gimpy says 3 more years, man. How about that, Uncle Fatty? How about that, Lena? How about that, Linwood? 3 more years.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
years.
Maybe it might not be 3
And he
years,
says you
3
guys
more
have
years.
TDS.
Hopefully there's
You
a
guys
blue
have TDS.
wave and we can impeach him and remove him. I'm
you
praying for
guys
the best.
Lena, do you have TDS?
No,
Okay.
Well,
no, I wouldn't say that.
I'll say this: Donald Trump and his supporters have been a cancer to the republic. I'll say that. And like all cancers, you should kill them.
Easy. K word. Please. Go ahead.
You shouldn't. Well, I'll say a better word: neutralize them. Neutralize them.
Okay.
But I'll say this: his whole political career was based on racial conflict. Well, I'll use Dr. Wilson's words: color confrontation.
I'd push back on that a little bit.
Color confrontation, sir.
I'd say his whole game is fear. Okay, America does not vote for what we want.
They vote out of the perception of
We
fear.
do not vote for what we want. We vote against what scares us the most.
That's why, and you're exactly correct about that. And I was going to touch on that, but thank you for bringing it to the table.
Xenophobia,
the perception of crime.
Others, they
The
are
perception.
not you. Them, where are they? The others, where? They're always somewhere else. They're never right in front of you. You can't actually see they, them, and the others, but they're out there and they're coming for you.
Hey,
Black Bear, what's up? Good morning. What say you about?
Can we cuss today?
No, I'm trying to keep this on public, but you can say like mother effer. It still holds the same way. Mother effer.
Mother lover.
That still
That
seems pretty.
mother effer need to be removed from the White House with his tacky ASS
Black Bear,
putting gold crap all through the White House, getting rid of our.
That's why some women should not be involved in the conversation.
Yeah, they should.
And that's why you should be
Every-
involved in a conversation. You sexist.
Yeah, Black Bear, to be honest with you, women should just be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning.
Man,
Hey, I was listening. My bad.
Right? Because you don't want them running out the back door.
But what say you guys about what Mayor Brandon Johnson said?
I already know. Me and Kev had the same idea. We had to come check this.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure out because I was sitting back listening, and then I heard somebody say that Brandon Johnson is a smart man, and I'm like, what?
Intellectual.
Okay, that he is an intellectual. What seems intellectual about Brandon Johnson? Whoever said that?
But he said it. He said that Donald Trump, and I agree with it. He's not comfortable with black
guys. Sweetheart, Moxie, I rock with you. I love you to death. Moxie, you out of your goddamn mind, sweetheart. I tell you or any other woman, get your ass in that kitchen. A woman's hand. God made your hand small enough to wrap around a mop, and every woman knows it. So no, that's an insult. What you just said to me, sweetheart. Go ahead, Black Bear. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah,
that's the white supremacy coming out, telling you know your place, boy.
Oh, come on.
That's what it's telling you. I'm a white woman, boy. Know your place.
Linwood is an idiot.
Okay, guys. Back to Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson. You go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
Nah, man. I'm just trying to figure out anything intellectual whenever it comes to Brandon Johnson. And then I keep on.
Seven says, tell that Chili's loving baby back bi bye Limp. I'll bring you back in 5 minutes, man. You get a must be the money, Savage. Positivity is definitely coming here, guys. Give Savage a big thumbs up.
People I never thought I'd connect. Must be the money. Must be the money. I've got so much blame. Must be the money.
All right, go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Let's think about this in real simple ways. Okay, we all know a guy. Okay, we all know a guy. He's maybe an addict, or maybe he's going through some recovery. Maybe he's just a piece of shit in general. We all know a guy that never takes responsibility for his own actions, who always blames others, who will always find an excuse, a cop-out, a rationalization, a justification, whatever it may be, to take responsibility for anything that he's ever done in his life. Donald Trump has never, not once, taken responsibility for anything that he's ever done.
How do you know that?
Well, who's okay? All right, hey, don't talk about my president. Go ahead, keep talking.
He has never admitted fault. He has never once said in public on camera, "I could have done better. I should have thought about that in a different way. If my mindset would have been, as such that something could be a little bit different and this situation could have been just a little bit better." No, he's always the best. Always. He's never shown weakness, ever.
What's your name, bro?
Let's look at how he was raised. His mom was crazy. Okay, she was crazy as a bathroom rat, right? In her 30s. Okay. Multiple personality, schizophrenic. Okay. His dad was Alzheimer's by the time he was in his late 50s. Okay. They had him in a fake office for 7 years with a fake phone.
Yeah.
Right? Allowing them to run the fake company. Okay. He was raised by who? He was raised by his dad's lawyer, Mr. Cohen, who taught him the 4 principles of life.
What are those 4? I know them, but what are those 4 principles? Go ahead.
Never show weakness. Never admit fault. Always project strength.
That's a
Why
good
does he always talk about strength?
Okay, what's the 4th one? What's the 4th one? What's the 4th
always
one?
use words like
Fatty.
strongly
What's the 4th
and
one?
boldly.
This boy got
People
CDS
shouldn't
bad,
know
bro.
books.
This boy got
Some
stage
people
4.
shouldn't be able to read.
Hey, Uncle Fatty, I'm trying to.
Go ahead.
No, because I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so when have we seen any other president admit, like, you know what, maybe I was wrong, maybe I shouldn't have did that? Have we ever seen that before?
Like Obama.
Have we ever seen that before? Who?
Yeah, all the time.
Who?
Hey, Kev, it's only bad when Trump does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these other people in the world can do it, but it's bad. It's bad when Trump does it. You know what I mean? They open their eyes. Hey, listen, they open their eyes when Trump does it, but when everybody else does it, they don't open their eyes. It's only Trump. Trump, you got to open your eyes with Trump, y'all, but nobody else you can't open your eyes with. Everybody else you got to keep your eyes closed, but Trump, you got to keep your eyes wide open now.
Right.
Isn't that it, right? Isn't that it? Because
when this concept to understand when you're asleep, right?
Oh yeah. You sound like you always asleep.
You still haven't told me what other president has admitted that
he doesn't want to, because it's all about Trump.
I'm still waiting.
Video Barack Obama talking about deportations.
Pull that up, CT. Can you pull that up? Barack
What
Obama
did he say?
admitting that he was talking about deportations.
Yeah, let's see that, because I ain't never seen that. Because what was he, the deporter in chief? That's what they called him, right? And nobody said nothing about it.
More people than
nobody said, hold up. Right? Yeah, and nobody said nothing about it. But now Trump talks about it, and he hasn't said. Come on now,
Travis said over $5 Cash App. He says Fatty needs to limp his estrogen. Come on, I'll bring you back in 5 minutes, Uncle Fatty. Travis put you down for 5 minutes. Guys, get the likes up.
Must be the Monday that's got them on my side. Must be the Monday. I'm never going wrong. Must be the Monday.
Guys, give Savage a big thumbs up, $ sign emoji. Thank you so much, Savage, for the $5 cash. I really appreciate that. But I'll bring Fatty back in 5 minutes. Uncle Black Bear, you were a little bit perturbed about what Lena was saying about about what Brandon Johnson was saying. It was confirming it about do you think that Brandon Johnson is losing his marbles by saying that Trump is intimidated by intellectual black men?
Yeah, he's a race baiter. He's a race baiter, and Lena and Linwood both know it. He's trying to race bait. CT, when have you ever heard Linwood talk about fighting? That's how you know it's working. That's how you know it's working.
CT, how can Lena sit up here and say the crime is down in Chicago, right? And what, 6 months ago, all the way up until 6 months ago, you know what I'm saying? How much time they done had them team takeovers, and he comes on and says, "Oh, there's nothing wrong. You can't demonize the kids." You know what I mean? Like how in the hell they gonna sit here and say that when we see this shit? We know, you know what I'm saying? Shit, come on now. Shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do
It's
you
just so
expect,
they're so
Skywalker? She sat up here
desensitized.
and big up the lady
Listen,
that during the
yeah, she's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
desensitized to it. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. You feel
it's
me?
normal to
People
her.
like that, yeah. When they walk around and they see that shit all day long, the shit gets normal to them. You know what I mean? They don't
Yeah.
see it. You know what I'm saying? So
Like, and then
And
we
so, of
just have
course, he would
seen the
speak
4th of
in
July.
those petite and puerile terms because
all right, guys. So
begging. I do believe that Donald Trump is intimidated. I know. I think
Okay, no interruptions.
So let me just answer that. I do appreciate you begging. So I would just say it like this: that the president has always been intimidated by the intellectual prowess of black men, and so of course he would speak in those petite and puerile terms because
all right, guys. So we got to talk about what.
I don't know. Go ahead, guys.
CT,
He's giving
people
himself
like
way too
him,
much credit.
yes, people like him should ban books from people like him. You know what I mean? People like Glenwood and Brandon Johnson and Ben, people like that, they shouldn't be able to read books. You know what I mean?
Hey,
They shouldn't be able to.
there should be like something that shows, like, I mean, like that these politicians, whenever they actually like decide to run, they should have to take some type of like IQ test or something too. Like they like there need to be something set in place for this, like to
Yeah.
run for mayor, to
Well, the
be
IQ
an
test, you still can be
alderman,
crazy. You still
something.
can be
Yeah,
crazy. You still can be crazy with a high IQ. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but
they'll
I
have
don't
to do
know,
something
man.
else.
I don't know. Like there should be like common sense questions, something like that. Like, you know, like what would you do in this situation? Like there should be
So
stuff like that. Like, you know.
so
How y'all
basically,
keep falling
so
for the
basically,
flea?
Brandon. Would you say Vic? Go ahead, Vic.
How y'all keep falling for the flea flicker, man?
Mm.
The biggest way to tick somebody off about something positive that he's doing it is switch it to the black narrative that he's hurting black people somehow, and everybody gets pissed off.
Thank you.
Can y'all?
You got
Hey,
it. You got it. It's
I'm
right there.
glad everybody ain't going. And
No,
another thing,
Ben going for it. Ben going for it. Watch this.
Lena
Ben going
bigged
for it.
up Lori Lightfoot, and I specifically remember her saying during the demic thing, if you die with it, we are saying that you died because of it.
Yeah.
She's bigging up. Is she following the footsteps and bigging up a liar? Come on, these people, man, where they re-education camps are needed.
Do you think Trump is sending in the troops because he thinks he's intimidated by Brandon Johnson and wants to undermine the absolute genius of Brandon Johnson?
I know exactly what he's doing because I
Nah,
would.
see,
If
it
I
ain't
wanted
because
to
all the
take
gang,
back
it
control
ain't
of the
because all the
planet,
gang violence.
Right.
It ain't because all the gang violence and the shootings and stuff like that. That ain't the reason why. That's not the reason why he's sending them in.
Yeah.
It's just because he's intimidated. That's all it is.
if I wanted to get back control of the planet, let alone the country, I would follow the playbook he's following. Period. That's just all there is to it. It's too much chaos. We need balance. The other side has been winning too long, and it done screwed up the balance. So we gotta get back to that even keel. I don't understand that how y'all don't see what this man is doing. He started in Washington. Duh.
Vic, I thought you were
He's
intelligent.
allowed to though.
I know that gray
He
hair
started in
doesn't get you
Washington.
intelligent.
Duh. Who's where the biggest criminals on the planet at?
In Washington.
Thank you.
Man, you guys.
In
How does that happen? How does that happen to grown men? But they don't have intellect. They don't have rational, critical thinking. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
You may be smarter than me, Ben, but you ain't strategically smarter than me. You can't map out a plan better than I can, bro.
I don't know
what
you
execute it better than I can. So knock it off.
I don't know how many drinks you take. I don't know how long you've been drinking. Yeah, I don't know a lot of things about you, Vic.
What's up, my girl?
What you up to this morning, CG? What are you up to?
Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, says that Trump is intimidated by intellectual black men.
Oh no, I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay.
What he's intimidated about is prison. He's not intimidated by it. And the people that will put him in prison are not black men. It's his own. It's the own power structure that he's claiming he's fighting, the deep state and so forth and on. So he's not intimidated by black men, even though somebody is trying to inject that into the narrative. What he is doing, what he's trying to do, no, he's not intimidated by smart people, because smart people. Yeah, you're right. Might be right. That's the reason why there's not smart people in his cabinet. You might be right. You may just be well right. I might have to agree with that. So you notice Trump, even his first term and second term, he didn't surround himself with people that he thought were more educated than he was.
He did it first, and then he fired them all.
So yeah, he fired them all. But then again, the most strategic, the most experienced strategic person he had in his cabinet was General Kelly. Now, when you don't listen to a 5-star Marine Corps general, a man that's seen as much action as that man, then something's wrong with you. And most people like Trump do not surround themselves around people that will question him. They'll push back.
How many people has he fired?
I don't know.
And he's the man that picked these people specifically, right? Because they were so smart.
But when they get fired, what happened? But you got to look at the fact. What happened at the time he fired him?
I said that your eyes are about to bulge talking about Trump. Your eyes about to come out your head talking about Trump. You know that?
Dude, you're witnessing classic TDS in full
on display.
Effect. Oh,
this man, listen,
you guys are livid over nothing.
When Trump's mouth, when Trump's name comes out his mouth, his eyes open so big.
Skywalker, you're being rude.
Guys, give me 1 second. Cliff, man, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
Must be the money. Must be the money. Got to be, cause I got what's wanting to be my friend. Must be the money. People I never knew, people I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me.
If I can make a statement right quick.
Must be the money. I've got so much blame. Must be the money. Must be the money. 26 with all this wealth. Must be the money. Must be the money that funds my lifestyle. Must be the money. Must be the money. The party's at my place.
Guys, give Cliff a big thumbs up, $ emoji. Thank you so much, Cliff, for that nice PayPal. Coming your way. Thank you so much, Cliff. Guys, go ahead, Lynn. You about to say something?
Okay, back to my question is this.
I want to say this after he's done.
No, I want somebody on your panel. Vic, I want somebody on this panel to answer the question. When he fires these people, what is happening with that person that's in his cabinet when he's fired? What is that person doing, and what has that person said to Trump to get them fired? Tell me.
Anything that he doesn't agree with.
Okay, so
Dude came on here the other day and dropped the other shoe for y'all when y'all sitting up here asking questions. He told you that man was the only one that testified against Epstein, dude. That's why I'm after him.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that,
Vic. You in a red chair. I can't take you serious. I can't take you serious.
I'm in a red chair. That is the most stupidest shit that I've ever heard in my 53 years of life. You are in a red chair, so that disqualifies you.
I want to say this. I want to say this.
I might be an idiot, but you.
I do apologize for earlier because I got really upset about the gaslighting. So I apologize for the language I used. I'm just angry and upset about it because
Skywalker. I just don't know, man. I just don't know about you, bro.
Because I think
that's what real men do in situations, guys. They realize when they messed up and they come in and they apologize.
My mic again,
I'm going to work on this, guys. I'm going to work on this.
Yeah, because that's what presidents do. Sure. Presidents line up to take blame.
Now, the thing it is,
but
you guys act like this man
we're just upset that another grown man won't say. Hold on, dude. Dude. This is amazing. He's literally saying that he's upset that another man doesn't speak the way he expects him to speak, so therefore he has to have some sort of derangement over him. That's insane.
Well, wait a minute.
No. That's basically what you're saying is that he won't apologize, so therefore he's not good enough for me. Have you seen a president apologize?
Yeah,
Have you seen the president apologize
he-
before? They don't
let me say,
apologize by design.
wait a minute,
So that's the
wait a
most
minute,
ridiculous thing I ever heard.
But they
wait a
do,
minute, hold
though.
on here.
The thing
Wait a
is
minute,
that
hold
they
on here.
do, you just don't see it.
That Obama apologizes now that the narrative is you have to have the illegals doesn't count as an apology. That's political expediency. So when
Well,
you want to say that earlier, you're just lying. Dude, you just don't like Trump. And he could cure cancer. You wouldn't
I
like
don't
him.
like
It
Obama,
doesn't
and I don't like
matter.
Biden
well,
either.
Yeah, but you don't give him
you know
smoke
what?
like this, and Obama did
Let me
just as much wrong.
If he doesn't
let me
like
say this.
Trump,
Let me say this. Let me
he
say
has a right to not
if I
like
can say
Trump.
this, please. If I can say this, please. I don't because we are. And like I said, I want to say I apologize for the language earlier because I was really upset about this gaslighting of Mayor Johnson because Mayor
yeah, they
Johnson
have
is
high
saying so. Mayor
estrogen. That's
Johnson
why.
is saying things. Mayor Johnson is saying things that I've been thinking for a very long time. When Obama first came on the political scene, what this was really about, or the perception thereof. I read Roland Martin's book, Right Fear. I read
What's
that
going
book,
on, man? Wood?
so I understand what's going on, brother. Hotep, good to see you again or hear
All
from
right.
you. You know, I think we need to stop, as Dusty Renegade would say, quit pussyfooting around. We have to
I
be
don't.
honest here. We
I
have
don't
we have to
apologize. I don't
stop
apologize for shit.
Dude,
stop the
yeah,
pussyfooting.
buddy.
Spoken
Stop
like
the
a
Yeah.
true
pussyfooting.
You agree
liberal. We
with
have to
a
be honest
Leninist
and have an
Marxist?
honest
Sure, dude.
conversation.
You guys are running
Just
water for a
if you
Leninist
will
Marxist
You
named
look
Brandon
like a broke
Johnson.
man.
propose a
I'm
real
just
You're a
looking at you.
clown.
You look like
And
an old dusty
Just
goat.
another DSA
but
lackey, and you buy the
but
DSA propaganda,
but
buddy.
what I want
You're a
Hey,
but what I
joke.
want to say
CT,
here,
You all are going to walk
cue the
yourselves right
meowing
into
cat sound
communism.
while Linwood
but
talk.
but
Gimpy,
Every
Cue the
but what
single
meowing
dude,
cat
Vic,
sound.
Vic,
bereavement syndrome thing
Vic,
for
every
a second.
but
single one of these
Gimpy.
lefties over here are going to vote
I'm not
but
allowed to
themselves
speak,
into
Gimpy.
communism.
Okay,
but what
so
I
Are
want
you
but I
so,
want
so with that,
Gimpy?
Gimpy,
And
Yeah.
it's
Are
but
you a
not a
lefty
but what
or a
I
statement
righty?
towards you,
Right,
Ben.
Gimpy. And
Are you
Ben,
you know
but what
what?
I
Gimpy?
want to
Ben,
Are you
say
a lefty or
Ben,
righty?
Ben,
Gimpy?
shame
Root
on you,
word
Ben.
of
thing. Just one.
communism
You
is
serve,
One
you serve
single thing.
community.
I
Just
Shame
know
on
who
one.
you.
your leader is.
One
Taking
I
his
know
thing
who
you've
your
ass.
ever,
shame
allegiance
on
ever
you.
is.
done wrong
Even
ever.
in the Americas, Gimpy, I know who your allegiance is.
now.
You
Tell
See,
me
know
here's the
one
mine.
thing.
thing. Tell me one
But
thing that Trump's
Obama,
Again,
ever
Ben,
done
it
wrong
wasn't
ever in
directed
his
at you
entire
if you're
life.
not a
And I will
lefty.
but
tell you
But
you are
all
not a
I'm
these
just
lefty.
saying.
lefties here keep
You talk.
but
regurgitating communist
Hey,
talking
Gimpy,
points.
You're
Gimpy,
not a lefty
you
or a right.
behind green trees, you don't qualify.
If
You a
you
there
win.
you
cannot
You
go.
tell
What's
me
want
so
to.
one
comment about that?
single thing that he has ever done wrong in his whole life, you are a cult member. This isn't hard to
You have a
figure out,
red
people.
chair, but you don't
It's not hard to figure out.
qualify,
If you
Vic.
can't tell me one thing he's
Dude,
ever
the
done
only
wrong, you're a
person who
cult
sounds like
member.
a ravaging cult member is you.
I know Gimpy.
Dude, you are
I
the
know
only
Gimpy.
person who sounds like a cult member, the way you're
Well,
I
rambling
know.
on.
I know
I
Gimpy's
think
angle. I know
No
Gimpy's
one
angle.
here
Biden
sounds
did wrong.
as
I can tell you lots
remarkably
of things that I've
incensed as you do.
Exposed,
Biden did
Gimpy.
wrong.
Gimpy, you've been exposed and your type has been exposed.
You
So
have
I'm not going to
never
go in
sat
on.
down and actually plotted on taking over
Oh,
the
Ben,
planet, so you
you
don't
are still
know.
sitting there scheming in the dark.
No, I'm not in the dark.
Now
I'm
let me
just
say
not on.
this, guy.
I'm
Let
just
me
not
say,
on the
but
screen.
let
Shame,
but let me say
Did
this.
wrong.
shame on you, Ben. Shame on you,
Shame,
Ben. You
Let
serve
me say
shame
this.
on you.
this.
You serve this
Shame on your.
country. Shame on you.
Hey,
Shame on you.
Skywalker.
One thing,
Shame
guys,
on you.
it's not
Shame on
hard
your
to do.
grandfather.
It's really not hard to
Hey,
do.
hey,
Find one
Ben.
Man,
thing that
always
Biden's
Ben.
talking
ever
about
done wrong in his
somebody's
whole life.
faithful,
Ben.
man. Knock it
Stop being
off.
Ever.
disrespectful, Ben. Come on, man. We
Ever.
having a conversation.
Okay, let me.
No, you're not
If
having a
I can say this,
conversation.
please.
Everybody's
Hey,
talking over everybody.
black man,
They're
he's the
informed.
first one to talk about respect, and he
People
talk about he
interrupting,
bring people family in the
and
shit
and
all the time.
CT's playing the
Right,
monkey.
right,
So there
right.
needs to be no respect. I'm just going to go in at like in a free fall. So everybody's
Hey
talking
But
Ben,
over
you're
see,
a
each other.
sad old man. When's the last time you got some
but
pussy? When the last time
but
your wife gave you some
but
pussy,
No,
Ben?
let
when's
me.
the
Well, wait a
last
Pussy
minute.
time?
lives with
Yeah,
no.
When's the
it's
last
sad,
time you
man.
had a?
You're a sad man.
When's
You
the
come up
last
here
time
and
you had?
hate on the man and keep him
When's the last
Let's
time?
demonetized
go around
all
the
the
room.
Skywalker, that's
time.
a
There's
When's the
something wrong
last
with you.
time you
Tactical
had a
There's
dream
something
that
wrong
you
with this
was
man.
incarcerated? When's
I
the
want to
last
say
time
this
you
for the
had a
record, if
dream
I
you was
can.
incarcerated?
If I can speak,
Don't anybody drop me down. I'm gone, CT.
So
I'm
what?
gonna say this.
All
You
right.
act like
If I
you're
wait.
can,
important.
You act like you important.
Why you
Get
have
your
to put
elbow,
I'm
that
not
get
on?
your
saying.
arm over the
I'm not
back of your
telling
head.
CT. Hey CT, if someone
Well, let
drops
me
me
say
down, I'm
this
not
real
coming
quick.
back. Hey
Listen,
CT,
you not.
if
We're in
someone
a
overtouch
two-party
me, I'm not
system.
coming back to your
Listen,
We're in
channel.
a two.
Hey CT, I'm
Sky,
not
I don't,
doing
I
all
don't
that.
really
You
System.
take
act
I
like
don't
it's
really
Hey,
about
I
you,
don't
man.
really take
Shut
you
the hell
it
up.
serious. I'm
sounds
gonna
like
tell you
another
back.
I'm gonna
brother
tell
of
you
a
why I don't
different
take
Welcome
you
color
back.
hue,
serious.
don't it?
You
I
act
know
like the
you
world
I know
revolves around
I know
Rahotep.
you
You
I
got
know you
one word
beg.
in that name.
You got one word in that name right. Ho. Ho. That's what you got in that name right. Ho.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all you got in that name right.
But I can
Ho.
tell you didn't
Ain't
go to
no
college.
Rob. Ain't no Tep. You got
didn't
ho
go
right.
college.
You a ho. That's what you got right. Ho.
What's the highest level of
Ho.
schooling you had?
Change your name to ho. That's what you need to change your name to. Ho.
What's the highest level of education you have?
Change your name to ho.
No.
That's what you
Answer the
change your
question.
name to.
Let's start off good.
Change
What is
your
your highest
name
level?
to ho.
Tell me what is your highest level. Well,
Change your name to ho.
2
Ho.
years
Ho.
at Texas Southern
Go. Take the
University.
raw. Take the raw. Take the tip out. Change your name to ho. That's what you do.
See,
You
you and
change that
JP
So
felon
get
what?
up
status.
here and think
So
I'm
You
talking
what?
to
change that felon
somebody
status.
talk
Change
to
that
So
people
what?
that
felon
don't
status.
have no
You
backbone
suck
or
dick.
have
So
any
what?
credibility.
I'm still
You
waiting
suck
for
You
dick.
think
you
you
one
can
thing to tell
bounce
You know,
off
if you didn't
folks.
You
have that
suck
felon
dick. So
status,
what, Ben?
you
Think.
didn't have that felon status,
You
you'd
know.
be able to go further.
Hey, you know what's
You'd
wrong
go
with
for
you?
your
You
truth.
walked in. You walked in on
Hey,
your two sons
I
giving
have
each other
felon
head. That's what's
status
wrong
too.
with you.
Guess
That's
what I
You're
what's
a
wrong
did?
with
criminal.
you. That's
guys,
what's wrong
real
with
quick.
your
You're a
life.
criminal.
Hey guys,
But
real
I don't
quick.
have a felon. I'm not a
Yeah.
felon.
Hey guys, real quick. Let me play this
That
video.
puts you in a whole different category when you're a felon.
what does that mean?
She's cute to the left.
Well, is it
You're a
tampons
felon
and
now.
speaking to the mayor speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear.
Okay.
The president has requested MPD services in our home rule
You're a
charter.
punk, Skywalker, and you know it.
Hold on. Hey Ben, hang
This
tight, Ben. Hang tight. Ben, hang tight. Hang tight.
always
Hang tight.
look right there.
Hang tight.
To the left.
outlines the process. The president designated Attorney General Bondi as his.
How did DC become ran by? How did women, like as a woman police chief, as the woman's the mayor? Well, how did DC get taken over by women? Black women, white women, whatever women. What is up with DC? Huh?
These soft ass men letting them run shit over there at CT. That's what it is. Soft ass men like this dude and Ben and Linwood letting them run shit. That's what it
No,
is.
they obviously
Calling
did.
everybody. They just called you. They just called you misogynistic for you saying that women are perfect hands for a broom. You know what I mean? So they'll let women do anything. They'll let women do
Well,
anything.
Who's they, bro? Who's they?
Yeah, Linwood. Hey, Linwood, what do you think about?
You, Uncle Fatty,
I
Limpwood,
will let a woman do
Raw
anything.
Hotep, people like y'all.
Guys, real quick, Linwood, what do you
I will
think
allow
about?
her to do what she wants to do. She
Linwood,
can
what do
go
you
to
think about?
college. She can become highly educated and get a very good, high-paying job in political service in public.
Yeah, look what the cities are like.
Linwood, what do you think about DC particularly being ran by women?
I have no issue with women running government at all. I mean, I don't care if it's a man or a woman, but
Go ahead. Savage with the $5 cash app. What's up, Savage? Positivity is definitely coming your way, man. Says, "Bye ho, your hair appointment with the Reaper has come." I wonder who Savage is talking about. I don't know. Savage, who are you talking about with this one? Guys, give Savage a big thumbs up. That's
Wow,
You, Linwood, I'll bring you back in 5 minutes, Linwood. Okay, here you go. Thank you so much, Savage. Positivity's coming your way. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Proxy to
Real quick, guys. I know this is a little bit inappropriate, but the woman on the left, scale of 1 to 10. 1 to 10, Vic.
8.
I give her an 8. I give her an 8.
Okay. 8. Yeah.
She's definitely an A+ student for sure.
Yeah.
She's an A+ student all day long.
Here we go.
We're not talking about grades. We're not talking about school grades.
Yeah.
She's a 6. She's a solid 6.
Oh,
no, you stop it.
Yeah,
Come
stop it.
That's like urban Candace Owens right there to the left.
No,
It's really important to be clear about what is going on here, and a relatively small crime problem is being used for specific.
Says that DC has a relatively small crime problem. Thus, Trump is out of line by sending in federal troops. Now, Uncle Fatty, you disagree, or you agree with him, right? Go ahead, Uncle Fatty. Why do you agree with him?
This is just an excuse.
Mm.
He admitted it. Trump admitted it in his speech yesterday. He straight said, right, that we're going to use this as a testing ground.
And what's wrong with that?
There's 9 other cities that could be You know, have troops deployed.
You can't do it in those cities. You have to have permission.
Problem, right? The homeless. Right? When we start demonizing the homeless, and we start dehumanizing people to the point where being homeless, we're being a homeless veteran. Okay, 80% of the homeless people in Washington D.C. are former veterans.
Hey, we'll be picking them homeless people up and relocating them in a better place, and the media is just not telling.
Relocation.
No, you didn't let me get to the end of. You didn't let me get to the end of the movie. Put them in a better place, not homeless. Gave them something of their own. What are the chances?
Can I just say something here? No, that doesn't matter, Vic, because that's all beyond the point with the homeless in D.C. Do you know that in D.C. there's more than enough dollars, bed, and warm meals that every single homeless person can be in a shelter every single day? D.C. is unique like that because of the way it's structured to take care. So all the homeless that are on the street in D.C. are choosing to be there because they don't have to. D.C. is I think the only city that can tout that statistic that they have a bed and a meal every day for every homeless person.
What do you
okay?
Right.
So, dude, I have been in DC. These people choose not to get involved in the system. They engage. And look, I'm not saying you should look down on them, but it is not society's job to take care of the people who do not want to engage. If they don't want to be a part of society, then society can also say, well, we don't want you cluttering, right? This is a place that has every opportunity for them to get out of the problem for free, with the help for long-term care and getting up. They choose it. So that choice shouldn't have a responsibility.
I'm about to say, a lot of times they don't even want to.
Dude,
they don't want to get out of the
situation. Being a
situation.
vet doesn't matter. None of that matters if they're choosing to turn away the help you say we're supposed to give them. They're
choosing that shit.
And yet somehow we're supposed to let the streets of D.C. to continue to be a shitstorm because of it. Like, that's your argument. It's because
they choose to be on. They choose to be on the street and
suffer.
Yeah,
dude, I'm sorry, but it is wrong to allow rampant social dysfunction and low-level crime and assault, car robberies, juvenile crime is up 500% because the adults are sending. We have video after video of the adults waiting out front in the car as they send the kids in to steal and rob and shoot and come back out. Okay, in one night, they arrested a murder suspect in D.C. and 19 other violent felons.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not going to convince people that less safety is better. Because D.C. has every aspect of your liberal dream, and they still have homeless on the street.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Blackberry, you've been pretty quiet, man. What's up, Blackberry? Hold on. Blackberry,
Gimpy. Jew out. Gimpy, Jew out.
All right, here we go.
Specific authoritarian purposes that we know and understand. So let's be clear about DC.
Can I say that this guy looks like he came from the Hunger Games?
Yeah. He has a cool liberal haircut. Yeah. Here we go.
The world, which was the January 6th insurrection incited by the current president of the United States.
No, not stop. I like the haircut. Now you're being too much of a liberal now.
And his first act is coming back.
So you really like that haircut?
You're an apologist? You're an apologist for the insurrections? You're still apologizing for this shit?
Uncle Fatty, there was no insurrection on January.
Oh, sure, right.
No, there wasn't.
LA riots are an insurrection, right?
Another one that will not pick up a gun if we go through.
Uncle Fatty, Ashley Babbitt wasn't going to be the Speaker of the House. She walked into that one room before getting
put me in the back, CT.
Let's be honest about it.
And CT, they don't care about it. They don't care about the lady that got shot in the face. They don't care about that, but they care about the so-called insurrection.
The QAnon shaman, Uncle Fatty, the QAnon shaman wasn't going to be the Secretary of Defense.
How many Democrats were in there wiping shit on the walls?
I'm sorry?
Dude, we now know that there were feds in there. There was Antifa in there. We know that there was everybody was in there. It wasn't just the MAGA crowd.
Bro.
Dude, what do you mean? There are documents that just came out that they released that shows that there were FBI agents in the crowd. There are Antifa videos of themselves changing from that day that they were in the crowd.
Hey, Gimpy, they got videos of one of the FBI agents in there telling people, let's storm the Capitol, and it's an FBI agent. But he will say it ain't. You know what I mean?
Ray Epps is his name, right?
He's KC with the $5 cash. Aloha, CT. As always, awesome show. You get two must be the money.
Must be the money. It's got me rolling so smooth. Must be the money. Must be, cause I got folks wanting to be my friend. Must be the money. People I never knew, people I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me, check it out. Must be the money. Must be the money. I've got so much blame. Must be the money. Must be the money. 26 with all this wealth. Must be the money. Must be the money that funds my lifestyle. Must be the money. Must be the money. The party's at my place.
KC, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. Guys, get the likes up, share the video, guys. Linwood, that was not for you. You could definitely come back, Linwood. My apologies, man. Savage said it was for Ben. It was for Ben.
Was pardoning all the people who tried to overturn constitutional republic
Stop it. Stop it. It was no coup. There was no coup
Do you
d'etat.
understand that this is all the talking points being recycled because they have nothing? Because overwhelmingly normies like this policy of enforcing law and order. Because no one wants to get carjacked, no one wants their car stolen anymore. Dude, when white collar neighborhoods in some of the richest parts of Maryland have crime and in DC have crime, those people want results. Those are the people that get out and vote. It's black, it's white. Go talk to real people who aren't politically idealized, and they'll tell you they're happy that the crime is, that they can walk through the streets, that they see it. There's been tons of man on the street stuff now. Only the people who are politically motivated are arguing about having a safer city. I'm sorry, and he can't do it in other cities because they're not DC. DC is unique. In order for other cities, they have to either have a direct known threat that he has to be able to prove, because if he does it without proving it, it'll cause bigger problems for him than just doing it.
So let's
be fair. So he needs a mayor or a governor to request help, or a police department to request help. So look, dudes, this is insanity that people are upset that we want the capital of our country to be crime and litter. And
nobody is saying that we don't, bro.
But then why do you have a problem with him enacting a legal method
because
to do
putting
it?
troops on the streets of America is fascism, bro.
No, it's the literal rules that he has. He has 3 days to do it. Dude, fascism would be he finds a way to break the law
Fascism is when you
afterwards.
don't allow people
No,
to
the law
defend
is
their
that
opinion,
he
right?
can do this. The law clearly,
Fascism
you know
is
how
when
you know? Muriel
two
Bowser
news
said that
networks
there's
are
nothing
not
she can
agreeing
do
with you,
about
right?
it. Okay, so it's the law. It's written in the Constitution. It's part of DC's charter. And the current mayor says there's nothing legally. And actually, we sort of kind of need it because it's been effective. In one night, we arrested a murderer and all these other additional arrests.
You didn't say anything about kind of needing it, bro.
Go listen to her this morning. Go listen and go look how the police chief signed an order to make all officers cooperate with ICE. I hate to break it to you, but the gears are moving in the direction that this was a good idea. You're sitting here trying to turn it into something it's not, because he said he wants to do it in New York. Till you show me him doing it in New York illegally, he is following the law of how to control crime in DC and is being effective.
Why it's a dictatorship, right? He said yesterday, my man.
The law.
He said yesterday,
Literally following the law. How is this fascism? It's in our time. It's literally there for him to use.
Right?
How is that fascism?
I will find an excuse, right? He said this.
Can we talk about the actual Constitution in Article 2, Section 2?
I find it really, really funny that we have a 34-time convicted felon in the office lecturing us about crime.
Uncle Fatty, can I finish real quick? This is Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution. By leading the military, the president is tasked with defending the nation from foreign threats, invasions, or attacks, which is directly about protecting civilians. Isn't Donald Trump doing his job by protecting civilians from a criminal element within the society, Uncle Fatty?
Look, he lost. He never heard that before. He looked
Yeah,
lost.
What about it?
Well, I'm asking you.
He's following the law. He's asking you about it. This is the law. Is this not what he's doing? Is not Trump doing his job? That's what we keep trying to tell you. He has these facets and tools at his hand, written to him for every president to use.
How about this? I agree, bro. How about that? Yeah? Does that work for you?
Yeah, it does. Because I like law and order.
Okay, so if we go out of that perspective a little bit and we maintain that yes, this is a good thing. Is there any other way to look at that at all? Or is that's the end all be all, is that we're just going to use this one criteria and we're not going to look at the bigger picture. We're just going to use
when you're not fearful of what's happening. Yes. When you're not fearful of what's going down, you sound scared, bro. I don't mean to just like pick on you, but you're scared and you're probably scared of change. That's what it is.
No, I'm actually
scared of things.
What I'm scared of, and I can admit this straight up. What I'm scared of, right, is having a narcissist in the office who's never been told that he's doing anything wrong ever, who has a team of sycophants behind him, allowing him.
And you know this how? And you know this how? And you know this how that he's a narcissist,
right?
You know. You know this how?
Wait. How is he any different? Hold on, Vic. Forget it. That's not even worth it, right? Because that's not the art, right? I know what you're saying. It's not worth it. How is he any different than any other president that came before him? Because Obama, Biden didn't even know his office. He had an auto pen do his job. We know that now. Obama, Bush before him, Clinton, none of them had anybody but yes men around them. They're all surrounded by people who are there to kiss the fucking ring.
Except for the people who were there to check and balance him, right?
No, there were none. Obama had no check and balance on him.
Yes.
Hold on, Courtney with the $2 Cash App says, $2 for Uncle Bussy. Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
Must be the Monday that's got them on my side. Must be the Monday. I'm never going wrong. Must be the Monday that keeps me looking fly. Must be the Monday that's got me cruising in style.
Savage with the $5 Cash App says, Fatty has to go. He just got carjacked. Fatty, I'll bring you back in 5 minutes, buddy. Savage, you get a must be the money as well. Salute you.
Must be the Monday that's got me rolling so smooth. Must be the Monday, cause I got folks wanting to be my friend. Must be the Monday, people I never knew, people I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me, check it out.
Thank you so much, Savage. I really appreciate you, buddy. Here you go. I'll bring you back in 5 minutes, Uncle Fatty.
In Washington, D.C.
Simone said, okay, I know this is going to.
She looks diesel from that angle.
Losing some weight.
Was bigger than the tail on the whale.
Is she losing some weight, Simone Sanders?
See, when I go to D.C., I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid of losing my vote. I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid that my children's freedom to breathe will be stolen in a world where climate change policy is non-existent. I'm afraid that the future of middle-class people will be stolen by the very things you were talking about, cutting the safety net, cutting Medicaid, cutting rural hospitals.
Right.
So there is carjacking.
And of course,
there is a carjacking going
on. You got to worry about two things. You got to worry about two things at the same time.
Let me just finish my point.
So let's talk about DC residents for a second.
Way too much
headlines, you know.
To be talking with all that cheddar.
Yeah, what'd you say?
He said he got way too much melanin in his skin to be talking with all that cheddar.
Go ahead, Lena.
I disagree with Brother Gimpy. Gimpy, like you said, like Obama put yes men. That's not exactly true all the time that he put yes men.
Everybody, hold on. Everybody in his cabinet and his staff and all of his appointees were 100% ideologically aligned with his visions. 100 in lockstep. Name me someone who fought against in any way, leaked him, anything that they did to Trump or anything that they're doing to Trump within his own administrations in both offices, please. Adam Schiff literally just got exposed for being the leak. That's why he needed a complete pardon with the auto pen for crimes past and future type shit. What are you talking about? Democrats have been mastering this game long before Republicans even realized they were playing it. That's the problem.
Gimpy, she watches CNN, Gimpy. She watches CNN.
Real quick, Michael Brown says, chaotic truth. You need to get an eye exam post haste. That fat bitch, Simone Sanders, is super duper fat. Come on.
Obama was willing to cross party lines. He was willing to
Obama was a hoe.
No, he wasn't. He was willing, like even when they had to do
and he still is a hoe.
No, even when they had to do the budget, he was willing to cut from. He was talking to the Republicans where you want me to cut from. He was willing, even when he did his nomination.
Oh, Obama had no budget. He only had continuing resolutions, CRs. There hasn't been a budget since Trump, and before that, since Bush 2. Obama had no budgets. He had continuing resolutions throughout his whole thing. In fact, he's the one that we set the precedent that the executive has all this insano power passed to him by Congress, because his Congress gave him away the power of the pen to a new level so that he could do whatever he wants. Because again, the entire Democratic Party under him was ideologically aligned in lockstep. You guys play this game like there was some diversity in your party. That there was one mentality, the Obama train, the hope and change. You people are out of your minds for sitting here trying to revise history that everyone here lived through and remembers very clearly. There was no scandals except Fast and the Furious. There was no scandal. No, that's the whole thing. You all keep trying to present Obama as something he wasn't. He stood up in front of the whole nation complaining that because of our Bibles and our guns, we're terrified. He alienated half the country, revitalized an engagement on a racial level that had no need, that we could have started healing under him. But he chose instead to do everything but heal the nation. So again, please do not sit there and tell me he didn't have yes men behind him enabling this entire thing. Like David,
I really do feel like he really did try to involve Republicans and reach across the party lines. Like even when he did a nomination for when he tried to nominate for the Supreme Court, he went with Marilyn Garland, and they still denied him.
You keep going. I'm calling ICE.
You're too early to be saying
by the time that Supreme Court thing comes around, I'm sorry, by the time that Supreme Court nomination comes around, it's the last year of his second term, and he had already set fire to all of D.C. with his antics. I hate to break this to you, he wasn't good for, but the only people he was good for was the alphabet mafia. The people who benefited the most under Obama were the alphabet mafia. That's it. And that's where DEI is born from that next phase of the alphabet mafia grift. It didn't work out for them because it ended up being white women that ultimately benefited the most.
So you don't think healthcare was also...
No, I worked on the Obamacare disaster. I actually know that up front. The government spent billions of dollars wasted that they threw out the window to try and get that project off the ground. And now that it's off the ground, it can never end because our healthcare industry is intrinsically tied to it. It will destroy tons of the aspects of healthcare we have if we end Obamacare. We can only keep fixing it the best we can. And anyone who tells you that's why they haven't repealed it, because there's nothing you can replace it with that can do the same sort of support to the system.
She don't know.
Like this is what I'm saying. People do not understand the world they live in. They think that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Must be the money, got to be, 'cause I got what's wanting to be my friend. Must be the money, people I never knew, people I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me, check it out.
I'm on mute. Some dude with the $5 cash app says Obama was only president for the do fundies. Lena? Lena?
No, I disagree.
You disagree? Why do you disagree, sweetheart? Go ahead.
Because I really feel that Obama did more like for the do funnies, for the for healthcare, the poor, for
poorer under Obama.
Huh?
Poor got poorer under Obama.
Why do you say we got poor underneath Obama?
The poor got poorer under Obama.
Not only that, Obama is the reason why she's suffering from TDS right now. He let the Month Act not get.
Obama wouldn't have to exist for me not to like Trump. I'm sorry. I'm terminally ill with that TDS. I'm sorry.
Do you know what the Month Act not being repealed? I mean, revised did. It allowed our country to hit us with the propaganda that has now made you think one-sided.
Mm-hmm. All I know is I got healthcare because of Obama, and I've had healthcare ever since, and it's been cheaper for me.
Because you're the highest risk category. That means you are in the highest risk category for insurance, if that's true. If that's literally true, that means for some reason, and I'm not saying you deserve it,
but I got healthcare. Yeah, I got to do my job, and I was able to afford it. So that's why.
Need healthcare if they wasn't poisoning us through the food.
Everybody needs healthcare, dude. Everybody needs healthcare.
If they wasn't poisoning us,
how much of it is a right versus a luxury?
targeting up for extinction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a right.
Thank you so much,
So,
Dubs.
can I ask you, how do you make something a right that requires you training and voluntarily people becoming doctors and nurses and healthcare professionals across the board? Then they have to go and educate themselves. If healthcare is a right, how do you maintain the staff? Like, how do you make something a right that requires a service from other people? Right? Like, a right is the freedom of speech because I can speak freely, I can talk, and no one can stop me. That's what the right is. It doesn't take the interference and interloping of outsiders to make it real. Healthcare requires skilled and highly trained professionals. How do you make that a right? Your society, first, even if you do
Maybe
everything, your
I'm
society has
wrong,
to
but
train,
this is
cultivate, create that industry, and then pay for every aspect of it from your tax dollars.
I don't know.
well.
Tell
This
me
is the
how.
way I see it.
Tell me how.
Maybe I
I'm a
am
wise one.
wrong. Maybe I'm just a bleeding heart liberal. Maybe I'm stupid. But however, how I see it is, it's so much as a protection, just like the military or something like that. It's a right. Like you have a right to be protected, and you have a right to be free in this country. So does healthcare. If you're going to
What
protect,
happens in countries that have tiny but okay, never mind. Fine, keep going.
Never mind, because most civilized countries that are like rich countries, what do? They supply healthcare for their
Okay,
people,
so
right?
Canada encourages you to commit suicide to control
And
their
what other
healthcare
countries
costs.
do that
The
as well?
UK has boards that will keep cataract surgery from elderly people, hoping they die before they have to
they
pay
do that
for it.
here with
All that,
paid
dude.
healthcare.
Yeah, but you can pay for
Private, I
insurance
mean.
if you want. You can reach into your pocket in this country. And again, I'm not saying it's reasonable that it's this way, but when the government doesn't control it, you can get an insurance company that will cover mostly everything if you're willing to pay the large monthly dues. Again, I'm just saying it's available to you to get that sort of insurance, and there are all sorts of other co-ops
Well,
that
actually,
people
it's
set up, the
not.
Christian stuff and all that.
That's available to a good brother with a good Hasidic background who
Right,
has the
dude.
wealth to be able to
But then
pay.
but
Who has
then
the wealth to
healthcare in
be able to
general
pay
wouldn't be
these
available
premiums.
to you because with your
Can I
shit
read this
Hold
healthcare
cash
on,
app?
plan, you
hold
don't get
on,
fucking
hold
this,
on.
Can I
man.
read this
Come
cash
on.
app? Can I read this cash app? Savage with the $5 cash app. Obama had the IRS target Republican nonprofits. Lena, do you remember that? I did a story about that. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
This is the
But to be
dumbest
fair,
thing in the
though, the
world.
IRS, the people that worked in there, even though they were targeting Democrats too, both people who were probably
Exactly.
affiliated with
Exactly.
their party or whatever, they would look at their opposition. So it wasn't just the Republicans that was getting it. Dems were
Meanwhile,
getting it
Actually,
too.
that was the first
Donald
time
Trump
that the
used those
IRS was
exact same
weaponized at that
things to
level by
attack
political
government
opponents. But
programs.
The head
okay.
of the IRS was a
I mean, I
Republican,
made the
guys.
news that he did it like
Meanwhile,
The
that.
head of
Donald
the
Trump
IRS
used
was a
those
You better
exact
stop
Republican.
talking
same
about
Dude,
our
it
Lord and
things
doesn't
to
matter.
Savior
attack
Obama.
government programs. It's not, you can't compare the two. They're not the same. If we're talking about Obamacare, right? A tangible benefit is if you were a college student, you could stay on your family's health care plan a
Till you're
lot
26.
longer.
Yeah.
That's something that's going to benefit the average American. Average Joe who sends his kids to college, now that kid can have health care a bit longer under his parents through what? Obamacare.
About 30
True,
years.
and I'll give you two.
I hate when
Oh,
we
go ahead.
just start making these goofy assertions with no real tangible policy. That was something, a tangible portion of the Obamacare policy, was it
Yeah,
not?
premiums
So
also
so we don't so
skyrocketed
we
based
don't
on
think
those
that
tangible
keeping
policies.
college,
He
so
said
we
you'd be
don't
able to keep
believe.
your
Slow
doctor,
down,
and
Gimpy. You've been going
80% of
for a
insurance
long
plans
time, my
became
acidic
null and
brother.
And
void.
Obama
Yeah,
also
You've been
contributed
tangible.
going
to
for a
that as
long
well.
time, my acidic
Oh, I'm
brother.
just
Can I
pointing out
speak
how
as
you're
well?
cherry picking only the
Can I
good.
speak as well? Yes,
Right.
I am cherry picking. I am. Yes.
But remember when Obama came
So
out and took
now what I'm
ownership of
saying
that?
is refute what I'm saying as not
Okay,
being
I
fact,
can easily
or
by
accept
pointing out
that you're
all
gonna
the
die
negative
on that
impacts
hill.
of all those
You're
policies.
dying on that hill.
Dude, I'm happy to because again, he told you that because of these changes, you'd still be able to keep your doctor.
And you
Most
still can't
policies
say one
became
thing that
null.
Trump's ever done wrong
Most
in his whole life.
policies became null and void overnight. People were left without insurance and
Go
scrambling.
harder,
And
bro.
then the programs that they had set up to intake all these people that were without insurance failed miserably and collapsed
Gimpy, I
under their
think
own
that applies to
stupidity.
most of your
Two,
people.
the
I
the
think that
increase
applies to
in
most of
cost in
your people.
policy is
Hold on.
over
I don't, you cut me
200%
off,
for
so
most
Because
now I
we
people.
gotta
had
People were
4
crash
not
out
times
to the
more
earth
subsidized.
as
people
well. You
apply
did
than
cut
we
me off.
anticipated.
So before CT drops me, understand now I'm crashing as well because you cut me off to prevent me from making my point. So now I have to fight to be heard, right? So I think when you say most Americans, you're speaking for most of your people.
Ain't you on
That whole
Hawaii
thing
right
about
now?
changing policies, it didn't affect most Americans. It didn't
20
affect
million
me.
people it affected,
Didn't
dude.
affect me.
20 million Americans were impacted by that. What are you talking about? This is what
It
this
didn't
is when you
affect
live in.
me. I think there
Okay,
are
that's
more
all
than
you care
20
about.
million
Exactly.
black people, right?
No,
I can
it didn't affect
explain,
you. We
I
got
can
it, man. The
explain my
only
point if
that
you would
works for
allow
you is
me
important.
to.
We got it.
But now you want to filibuster the conversation because I'm about to pack you up.
I doubt
You
that
know
highly.
I
So
come with
far, you
facts,
failed
Gimpy,
miserably.
and you don't want to have the intelligent
Ooh,
conversation.
dude. Oh,
This is
please.
an
You're,
easier
dude.
conversation for
I
you to
will.
have with CP.
Okay,
That's why
buddy.
you're cutting me off.
Okay,
Because you
buddy.
know I'm about to beat you up with
No,
pure
not
facts.
really, man. You failed miserably at every point, bro. You failed
Well,
miserably. Only
I
the
feel like I
So
voted
underclass
let's
my
take it
is
conscience
slow.
positive.
Are you
Everyone
and
who
my
made
saying
it
that?
interest.
into the
So
Are
I
you
system
saying
believe
took a
that
hit.
the
college
libs
kids
align with
being
me.
able to stay
Was
on
James
their
Mueller
parents'
a Democrat?
plans is a bad thing?
You said, "Am I a
Because
Democrat?"
because
I'm
Since you
bleeding.
premiums
said you beat
rose
me
as a
up on
result
that
up to
point, are you
200%. That's
saying that
why.
college kids
Yes.
still being covered by their parents under Obamacare is a bad thing? That's what you
Yes,
stand on.
because everyone who had to
Right.
pay
It's
higher
because you're from
premiums to
Long
cover
Island.
for it,
It's
everyone
because you're
who
from
had
Long Island.
increased costs to cover
Oh,
So
for
your
it did
needs
not have
there's
to
aren't
the
even in
heart of
subsidize
the
line
your
with the
matter
kid.
right
average New
there.
Yorker because you're not a New
Just got to
Yorker.
the heart of the
You're
I
from
matter.
did
Long
not. I'm
Island.
a New
You know
Yorker.
what's in
Just
Long
the heart of the
Island?
matter
All
right
The
right,
there.
buddy.
Hamptons.
I don't
I
want
know
any
you,
of
I'm
my
actually
Gimpy.
tax
from New
money
Long
going
Island.
to some
Okay.
other dipshit.
Gimpy,
That's the
you
whole heart of the
come
matter,
from
right?
white
I don't
Jew
want my
wealth.
tax money helping
Dude, see,
somebody
The
else.
that's your
things you are
bigotry
speaking
that you
to,
can't
the
handle the
things you are
fact that the
speaking to would
reality
be a
is everyone
benefit
who was
to
paying had to
someone
pay
that
more
lives
You
because
don't want
people
any
like
near
of your
the
you
money
don't
going to
want
help
to
Hamptons.
do
anybody
your
else.
share.
I'm
That's what it
talking
comes
about the
down to.
things that benefit the average American. That you
Uh-huh.
are not,
You
That's
don't
the
get
Gimpy.
to
American
pick
You
and
live in
contribution.
choose who
Long
Those
you
are the
like.
Island,
substance from
right
that.
up the block from the Hamptons, and you're spending Jew
All right,
money.
buddy. You could
These
disparage me
things
all
don't
you want with
apply to the
falsehoods.
rest of
It's
us.
not going to change the fact that you're
We're
telling
not the
them
20 million that
everyone
lost
who was
our health care.
paying had to pay more. No one who was paying paid less. Only people who paid less are the
Yeah,
subsidized people that are covered by
absolutely
the
right.
changes to the law.
It's so again, it's
Who's
not
raking in all those
about paying
profits?
less.
I
It
see what you're saying, and
actually
it didn't
Dude, it
happen.
is.
increased the
It's about the
amount
And
of
fact
we
that
end
the
up
people.
paying
cost
more,
of
but
Hold on
more
one
people
healthcare
are
second,
is
sis.
living. I'd
Hold
rather
on
pay
one
skyrocketed
second. I'm
more.
gonna
because
drop
of
off because
the
I'm still in
And
Waikiki.
where's
I
all
got
that
stuff to
money
do
going
today. I'm
to?
gonna drop off. But hold
Listen,
on.
who's
The
pocketing all that
benefit
money?
was not about paying less. It was about the fact that more people were covered. Now, see, when you're a Jew from Long Island and everyone in your family is covered, that doesn't affect you. So everything about it seems like a bad thing to you when you
What
live
if
on the
you're poor
same
white
island
trash?
as
What
the
are you gonna
Oh,
do?
Hamptons, right?
dude, such a
Right? That makes
bigoted.
sense?
So scary how
Does
you're
that make sense,
blocked by your
Gimpy?
own hatred.
Yeah. It doesn't affect
Middle,
you,
middle Americans
Mr.
who
Long
had health
Island
care,
Dreamer.
who paid for health
But for
care,
the
their
rest
costs
of America,
skyrocketed thanks
from
to this bill.
Kentucky to Kansas,
You are
all the way
only
through,
concerned about
yes,
the
these things
underclass
benefited
getting the free
average
coverage,
Americans.
and you're not
Yeah,
taking
I
the
know you want
cost
to
on the rest
filibuster
of
now because you
America.
know I'm cooking you. You know
You're
I'm
not
cooking
cooking
your
me,
argument.
man. You are
Right.
just making bigoted tropes,
The
dude.
things you're talking
Fantastic.
about only benefit a
People
Jew
who pay
in
for
Long
health insurance
Island,
prior to
like
the
an
law.
Epstein or one of those guys, wealthy
Nope.
people, spending
I don't want
legacy
my
money.
tax money
Yes.
going to help
For the
anybody
rest
else
of
but
us
me.
hardworking Americans, yes.
Dude, you keep
Obamacare,
running your mouth.
Obamacare did increase the amount of people that were covered. This is why Donald Trump said, I'm not trying to repeal Obamacare anymore. He couldn't come up with anything better. There
There
were
is no way to
tangible
replace
benefits that
Obamacare.
could be
It was
there
built to
were
Where's
not
the
be
plan,
tangible
bro?
replaceable.
Where's
benefits
the plan?
that could be
We talked about
quantified
repealing
that
it
I
Again,
for,
could
for
I
expand
12
don't
on,
think
years,
by
bro.
but
saying
you
you
want
can't
to
repeal
filibuster.
Obamacare.
So go
So
ahead
12
and
years he talked
filibuster.
about
nonsense
repealing
you want to run your
replacement. Not
mouth
one
down.
plan. plan.
But again,
Got him.
not really. You just make
Got
biggest
him.
to make yourself feel better, bud.
Got him.
The rising cost to all the people who were paying for health care
Got him.
make it even reasonable what they did to change the law. The rising cost in healthcare can be directly linked to the changes in the law.
Some of us are willing to pay to help our fellow Americans. You're not.
CEOs, right? Always getting like huge
I'm not
bonuses at the end
surprised
of the
when this
year, right?
argument comes from a Jew from Long Island.
Nothing to
You
do
live
with
up the
it,
block
right?
from the
You got
Hamptons. I know you don't want to
companies
help
where the
anyone.
CEOs have
You're not the average American. I know that.
Medicine.
Must be the money. Must be
Got to be. Willie, I'll bring you back in 10 minutes, okay, buddy? Jay with the $10 Cash App says, "Get welfare Willie up out of here." Willie, bring you back in 10 minutes, okay?
Dude, you just don't like private for-profit healthcare. Fine. But you can't complain that $1 billion industry pays its executives accordingly. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. You are angry that people are getting wealthy. Change the industry. But until you do that, dude, you're never gonna get what you want. You live in a dream.
Bro. You're living in a fantasy, bro. You are living in a
Not really. I'm living in the world where your healthcare plan.
Must be the money. I've got so much blame. Must be the money.
Savage with the $2 Cash App. The Dems were for Obama's slavery with Obamacare. Uncle Fatty, do you agree with this?
The Affordable Health Care Act.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why is it called that?
I would assume it's because it's affordable for people to get it.
No, it's because the government has a tendency to label things in a way that make it seem like it's going to be one thing, but it's really not, right?
Okay.
I don't agree with the Affordable Health Care Act.
Okay.
What's the alternative? Leave 30 million people uninsured? At least he tried to do something. Did it work flawlessly? No. Whatever does in government? Nothing. Nothing. Right? We can agree on this, right?
Worse off. No.
We can agree upon this, right? That the government puts forth things that don't work. They trick us into believing things that don't work. The Affordable Health Care Act is a great example. You know what did work? What worked really good in the healthcare industry, right? Was
you about to cry?
Project Warp Speed.
Okay. It looked like you was about to cry for a minute. Hey, calm down.
Let me chime in.
Maybe you don't need to be up here if you're about to cry. Hey,
and this is
Ben,
for everybody.
Shame on you, Ben. You served this great country. Shame on you, Ben.
I can't even entertain you, Black Bear.
17 million veterans.
You're just not qualified to ask me no
question.
Okay.
I think that's a good thing. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. If I have to pay a little bit more taxes out of the tons of tax money that I pay, right, to help somebody else, I'm okay with that.
Fatty, let me ask you a question.
You call him Uncle?
Will this administration, Uncle Fatty, let me ask you this. I'm going to pose a question to you.
Right.
Would you agree or disagree that Trump will be in the White House or be the chief executive of the executive office forever?
He thinks he wants to be.
No, but do you agree that he will be or will not be?
Not a chance in hell.
Okay, so that is the case. What are all these so-called quote-unquote conservatives are going to do? Because you got to understand, if you go back to 2016, where was these podcasters and people? They were birthed out of something. They came from somewhere. Mm-hmm. A lot of these podcasters earnestly believe this. They can't prove it, but they believe it. That this is the greatest president since the history of the country, even of the 13 colonies, the Continental Congress. They truly believe this. But what they do not understand, there will be massive repercussions because of these actions.
Fatty, don't listen to this dude. He don't like you because of your skin tone.
Now, Fatty can do that. Like Bear, you don't have to tell the man to do that.
Come on, man. Ben,
you tell another man to speak.
We already got rhetoric out in the ecosphere, right, about Trump 28, right?
Yes, it's
Ben,
rhetoric. That's all it is.
Ben, you too old to be a victim.
He's not fit for it. He's not cognitively fit. He's not physically fit.
Crazier than a shithouse rat.
Yes.
Every accusation is a confession.
Oh my God!
You guys are nuts, man. Both of you guys
from every politician, not just him. Not just from him. Understand what I'm saying? Understand what I'm saying? Not just from him.
So Ben, you only like liberal white people. Okay, that makes sense.
All politicians
you only like liberal white people, Ben. That makes sense.
Okay. There's plenty of poor white trash people up here in my neighborhood that have been affected too, you guys, okay? Most of them are red hat cult members who can't name one thing that Donald Trump has ever done wrong in his whole life, just like you fellas.
Uncle Fatty, real quick, you've done like a bump of coke today or something?
That's what I said.
You just like you're really like real on, like you're really
yeah,
amped.
I'm real fucking intense. Yeah, I'm an intense motherfucker. Yeah,
oh,
I got shit going on, dude. I got better places to be than arguing with a bunch of fucking sycophants.
We gotta watch the F-bomb, please. Thank you so much, Uncle Fatty. Here we go.
There are so many folks that are doing this work, and we're all doing this kind of approach, making it.
Hey, Black Bear.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, why doesn't Brandon Scott cut his damn hair? But his hair looks like my goddamn hair. Can't judge him by yeah. Here you go.
Unique
something
to
about
our
Mary going
individual
on there,
cities, but yes, we're starting to see that tide change, especially nationally.
Yeah, but you're in Baltimore. You know what? You know what this mayor said.
300% spike in juvenile crime in Baltimore.
He said Trump should get rid of AR-15s.
Dude, he'll say whatever. He wants to be a senator or congressman after this.
Yeah.
Baltimore and Maryland, you guys, Brandon Scott and Wes Moore, you'll hear those names more and more as they get closer to the 2028 cycle. Wes Moore will definitely be a presidential contender, and Brandon Scott might be the guy who runs for his replacement as governor of Maryland or something else. But those two guys have high aspirations, man.
The ticket's going to be Jasmine Crockett and AOC, bro.
She's about to lose her seat. So Jasmine Crockett's about to be redistricted out of existence, and that's a non-issue.
Right. Because we had the president, right, call a state representative and tell him, right, demand that he rewrites the district.
New York, the New York.
You know that's an impeachable offense, right?
Right, but you know that New York went to court.
You know that's one of the 34 impeachable offenses that he's committed since he's been in office.
Dude,
again, right?
he didn't do anything that's impeachable. Otherwise, your guys would have been.
Go harder, bro.
You tried to
go harder, bro.
Failed. You had to change the laws in New York State to qualify a federal crime as a state crime, so you could
go harder, bro.
Your prosecution.
Go harder.
Dude, I'm not coping. I'm telling you what happened. I don't care.
You're talking rationalization and justifications, bro. You're talking right-wing talking points, right?
They literally gave instructions that have never been given before in the history of a Jewish tribe. But that's okay. Dude, no. Keep telling me.
What are you talking about?
Let's go back to something you were saying, though, because I gotta address what you're saying a little bit earlier.
They gave them many instructions where they didn't have to agree on what he's guilty of, which is the first. Ever. You have to all agree on the crime he's guilty.
Did New York State
I agree. Let's go back to what you were saying though about
and Gimpy,
who they keep.
You're being disingenuous. Right? You do care.
Who have they surrounded?
You do care. You know you do care.
New York State changed.
Like watching them melt down.
Let's go back to what you were saying though. Let's address what you were saying about the people that Obama kept in his cabinet. Right?
Look into it. They literally turned the federal crime into a state crime to extend the statute of limitations.
That stayed on during the Obama administration, right?
I'm the fanatic, but listen to yourselves.
Talk one at a time.
Let's talk about the people who stayed on
you
during
do care.
the Barack Obama administration.
Stop saying you don't care, Gimpy. You know you do care. You have a dog in this fight. You probably have more than one dog in this fight.
A Democrat?
What?
Was Mueller a Democrat? Was John Huntsman a Democrat?
Dude, I don't care about party alignment.
Yes, you do, Gimpy.
Yes, you do, bro. You just said,
you do.
You just said that Obama, right, only had sycophants and yes men behind him, right?
So you do care.
He didn't have any balance behind him, right? He got rid of all the Republicans and he installed a bunch of Democrats.
You don't need to get rid of Republicans to have yes men behind you. There are plenty of people on both sides of the aisle who are
okay. Harder, bro.
Gimpy, be honest. You do care. You wouldn't even be on this panel.
Right, and he had nothing but bootlickers in his cabinet, right?
Before I got to go to my next meeting, man. What are you talking about?
I'm saying you talk about I don't care. You use this
level of PBS. I like
you use no, you do care, Gimpy. I could tell by your glasses, Gimpy, that you care.
Okay, man.
I could tell by your beard that you care.
From my
I can tell by your neck that you care.
and he's letting me down. Gimpy usually isn't this disingenuous.
We see
I can
this
tell by your
happen,
beady eyes.
right?
Only care
Man, something wrong with you,
that
man.
They get
Something
rid of
is
the
really
old,
wrong with you.
and we fill
all
the
of you
new.
psychopaths.
You know
Right?
that. You know what I have a problem
I'm
with people like you.
disappointed, Gimpy.
You guys sit in the cut. You guys lay in the background, pretend you nothing. None of the social economic affairs affect you. And then what you do is what you're doing. You're making deals behind the scene, and you're always
Man,
trying to
you a
make sure
whole
your
nut,
hand
man.
is not being seen,
Man,
that your
you are a whole
actions are
nut,
not being
man.
seen.
You a nut,
Well
man.
And
said,
Black Bear,
brother.
my oldest, I should bring my oldest. Well, he's not here right now. My oldest son to talk to you because you're not quite. Even though you're
Man, you a
a
nut, man.
blacksmith, you're not qualified to even talk to me. You
Why?
said you was in your 30s
Why
yesterday
would you have to? Why would you have to get your son on me? What happened? We having a
because you're
conversation,
not
man.
qualified to have a conversation with me, a
But
real
you're a nut. But
conversation
you,
about
Ben,
anything
you're a nut, Ben.
geopolitically, anything about the history of
Ben,
the country. You're not qualified.
Ben,
That's the reason why I
you're.
always dismiss you. I don't even
But
take you serious.
Ben, you a nut though, Ben. You a nut.
That's okay, but you
Ben,
cannot have
Ben,
an
you
intellectual
serve.
conversation with
You
me.
serve you serve the United
I
States,
don't give a
and you're.
damn. You still
This is
cannot
what
have that
happens when you're
conversation with
presented
me.
with like information and you just go straight to ad homs and attack the person.
That's
instead
what they
of
do. Go
listening.
to ad
You
hominems.
are you are
Instead of dealing
domestic
with the
terrorist.
question, they go to ad hominems. They go with personally attacking the person. But if I ask this man a question
Ben,
right
you don't
now,
like white. Ben, you don't like white though, Ben.
I don't like
listen,
white people either. Who
I
cares?
don't
I
like
like Uncle Fetty.
anyone. I don't
I
like
like Uncle
anyone that
Fetty.
claims to be what they cannot prove that they are. There has
Well,
never ever been,
Ben, you
and I
remember
don't think Uncle
you said
Fatty
you
would
don't
take
like
this
white
as
people. You say
this.
you don't like
I
white
There's
like
people. Who
white
like
black
white
no.
people?
I
people.
said there's
I
no
like
such
honest
evidence.
people.
No,
There's no
Ben. You
It
said
doesn't
anthropological
it
Ben.
evidence.
doesn't matter if
Ben.
they're
There
black,
is
white,
no
or
Ben.
Chinese.
You said
anthropological evidence.
Ben. You
Responsibility
said
I
you
for their
like
don't like
actions
white
honest
and
people.
go
Who
people.
don't
towards
like
I
white
like
people?
righteous
That's
I
what you
people.
don't,
said, Ben.
the
because
bad
white
person.
That's
people
what
don't
you said, Ben.
exist. I
I
don't
think
like the
that's a bad
people that
thing.
claim to be white that cannot prove
But Ben,
anthropological.
you light skinned it, so you got white in your family.
Savage with the $20 cash app says buy Ben and buy in black. Who is black? Oh, Black Bear. Black Bear. Oh, why did you want Black Bear gone? Black Bear, I'll bring you back in 10 minutes, buddy. Bring back in 10 minutes. Savage wants you up out of here. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Savage. Salute to you. Let me give you Must Be the Money, Savage.
It's always weird to me.
Must be the money. Must be the money. Got to be.
Go ahead. All right. What's weird to you,
Hold
buddy?
on.
Go ahead. What's
When
weird to you?
people that aren't even in the conversation pay to get people making valid points drop. That's just always dumb to me. Like,
Well, you said you were rich, so buying yourself back would
when
be a
did I
problem.
say that?
Oh,
When did I say that?
I'm sorry. I my apologies, Black. I mean, Wall Street. Well, that's what I thought you said, but okay. All right.
No. I said my new name is now Waikiki Willie. It's no longer Wall Street Willie. Waikiki Willie is how I'd like for you guys to refer to me because this is a beautiful freaking town.
Yeah. Very expensive there too, as well.
So just remember though, when you say that I only want to live around white people, no, that's just an end to a means. I want to
Who
live
says
around
that?
these beautiful Asians. I want to live around the people from Fiji, Tahiti, right?
Yeah.
And you always say that. You want to live around white people, Willie. No, that's just an end to a means. A means to an end, should I say?
Hey Willie,
To get where I really want to live.
Let me
Let me
get back to Willie. Let me get back to the video, okay, buddy? Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. Why is this happening? With me, your host, Chris Hayes. You know, one of the things that we saw.
Why are we watching Chris Hayes? I don't even watch Chris Hayes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't watch
Lynn.
MSNBC.
I'm sorry, Lynn. What would you prefer to watch? Because I was trying to go over this video about Brandon Scott basically saying that the reason why Baltimore has a high crime rate is because of AR-15s, but the fact of the matter is that he doesn't want to address the real monkey in the room or elephant in the room. But anyway, go ahead, Linwood. What would you want to do? Sorry,
I thought the real.
How do you want to? How do you want me to run the show?
Actually, I wouldn't show nothing. What I would be doing is, man.
What is this obsession with people now saying crime is down? Crime should never happen in the first.
First of all,
but it's down though.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. We should not have crime. We shouldn't have it at all. But if we're going to give it a crime, we should give it to the criminals that produced the crime and made the atmosphere for that crime. And you know who they are. And I'm not going to be chicken shit and not say it what it is. If the people who produce the culture of crime they should be the ones to go first. It's like affirmative action. Okay, you want to give it affirmative action, you want to give it a DEI, you want to give it a sexual, the Voting Rights Act. Okay. When the people classified as white stop mistreating non-white people, we can talk about that.
Bingo.
Until that time ends.
He's deflecting again. That's what
thing about.
Hang tight, Linwood. Hey, Black Bear. That wasn't for you, Black Bear. Savage so that was for Willie to be gone. My apologies, Black Bear. I didn't think Savage would put you down.
Well, Savage don't like the truth anyway. You know, he's a suspected meth pusher. So of course he doesn't like and he's a part of that same criminal enterprise that I talk about. And he's gonna throw me off the panel like the little girl that he is, because he's not really a man. He's a faggot in a dress, in an overhaul. So
hey, Linwood, stop talking like that. Come on, stop talking like that.
I will say this: in serious business, if you want to get
Linwood, when you gonna come out the closet? Linwood, when you gonna come out the closet?
All right, guys, come on.
I mean, I'm being serious here.
If you want to deal with crime, why don't we deal with the 34-time convicted felon that's in the office?
Well, actually, let's deal with the 77 million people that voted for that criminal and
Fatty,
because
you got a big butt.
I feel that their children are in danger. I feel their children are in danger. I feel their kids are in danger because their kids in danger.
Linwood, Fatty.
But CT, I think it's on the FBA movement and people like Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed to call out the black on black crime, because they have the power to change it. Now, I don't agree with their rhetoric, but like it or not, they have pull and influence in the black community. So I think it's on them to call out the black on black crime.
Hang tight, guys. Savage with the $2 cash app. Linwood, don't worry about me. Worry about diabetes. Guys, get the likes up. Jay, your mic is a little bit off. I don't know if you can make some adjustments with that.
Worry about the crimes that you've committed, buddy. Because I have not committed any crime. You have. I have.
Linwood.
What you mean when I committed? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Linwood?
Well, your boyfriend Savage has committed more crimes on humanity than I've ever committed on my life. So instead of worrying about my physical health, my health is doing just fine. He needs to worry about how he's gonna feed the meth kids of his.
Easy.
Yeah, I say I don't give a damn.
Hey, Linwood,
if you want to take shots at me, I can play that game too.
Get off his dick.
He may need to worry about satisfying his wife in the bedroom instead of his wife pouring off to find sexual sex somewhere else. He may want to focus on his own affairs and stay the hell out of mine. Because, buddy, you ain't. Because, buddy,
get off his dick. Get off his
buddy, your bar part. You're not all that, brother.
Get off his dick.
Right here. Linwood, is your
dick
mama big mama? Is your mama big?
You guys remember a time in America when, like, if I was offended by what you're doing, then that's my problem, right?
Guys, let's get back to the video.
Fatty, what are you talking about? Fatty?
Yeah, let's get back to the video, please. The video.
Linwood, very high, and I think a large part of that has to do with the fact that Baltimore, through the first 6 months of this year, I think experienced the lowest number through those 6 months in very recent memory in a long time. So, Mayor Scott, it's great to have you in the program.
Thank you for having me, Chris. I'm glad to be here.
Will you just to level set here, like, will you talk us through your city's experience, some of those national trends I talked about, particularly what did
Savage with the $2 cash app. Limpwood, the only shot for you is insulin. Come on. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Savage.
And the only thing he has is a meth.
What did 2020 and the aftermath kind of do to the levels of interpersonal violence in the city of Baltimore?
I think, Chris, this is a very unique point. We were one of the cities that didn't have a big spike during the pandemic. It stayed very, very flat here in Baltimore. And I think that there's a lot of factors into that. But as you said, listen, gun violence in Baltimore is literally the reason why I'm in public.
You know what? I've only been to Baltimore once, but Black Bear or Linwood or whoever, do you think Baltimore can get on an upward trend if you curtail the violence and make it a tourist attraction again?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Only if Trump getting it. Only if Trump's in those guys.
Trump, Trump can't do it in DC.
Once, hey, Linwood, can I?
Can't do that.
Linwood, come on, you're being rude.
Federal property.
Linwood, you're being rude. Linwood, you're being rude.
No, I'm being honest. He cannot.
You're being rude, Linwood. I started talking first.
You guys do it all the time. So the gloves are off. It's no more Mr. Nice Guy here. So he can.
You're
do
not
the,
a nice guy. Linwood. You're not a nice guy.
DC is federal property. It's federal. So it's a federal land. So he can do that in DC, but he only can do it for 30 days. Congress has to extend it. He can't go to Baltimore or Chicago or New York and do that same thing. That'd be a violation. So yeah, he can pull that in DC, but that's
California.
He can't even do it in California. He can't do it in a California city.
Yeah.
Now he could deputize. Now he could federalize their National Guard. He has that power. Once again, when Donald Trump speaks, don't believe him. Don't believe him.
Why?
Look at what he can and can't do. Go to your Constitution. Go to your laws. Study what he has, what power to do, and what power he doesn't have, and call him out on his nonsense. Like, wait a minute, you can't do that because this is in your powers. You can write executive orders, and yes, they're enforced like laws. They carry the weight of laws, but they're not laws.
213 federal injunctions against all of his crap that he's pulled just in this administration alone. And that's just because people don't like him. Give me a break. The guy is the epitome of a narcissist.
Now, as far as
look, I mean, I didn't vote for the dude, but if he want to fix crime, I mean, maybe this is his way. I can't complain.
Right. His thing, you first of all, you got to actually to fix crime. You have to prosecute somebody that committed it. You can't go in there how big your dick is because you got.
Now you don't. Now Linwood, you don't live in the inner city. You live like 5 miles away from a black city. You probably never been to a black city in your life. Okay, that's okay. But to the people that do live in the inner city, they have to federalize. I feel like the National Guard. They have to send the feds in because that's the only way the shit's gonna get fixed.
But it's not going to get fixed because. Well, wait a minute, Jay. You're full of shit here. Because you also
you're full of shit because you're deflecting. It needs more. It needs more than the police.
Okay,
you're deflecting. You don't even live in the inner city. You live 5 miles away. You live 5 miles away.
Wait a minute. Can a federal
never be crime free?
You cannot do that because bottom line is the federal, like the National Guard, can't go in there and prosecute criminals. You got to go through a court process. There's due process here.
Whether it's the National Guard. What is the FBI? The point is, the inner city needs help, bro. These inner cities need help. Not only DC. I'm talking about Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, like Los Angeles. All these inner cities need help. And it may not be the National Guard, but they need the feds. They need more than the police. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Real quick, let me read Savage's. Let me read Savage's comment. Hold on, let me read Savage's comment real quick. Says Linwood is mad because he can't get white women or have kids. So clearly I'm satisfied. My wife, when you can't get a white woman, even if you pay them working at low. Oh, Linwood, is this true?
White women are expensive. Tell you what.
That's a fact. Linwood cannot get a white woman. Go ahead, Linwood.
He can't pull a white woman. He can't pull a white woman.
Go ahead, Linwood.
High maintenance, we call them.
And that's an accomplishment to you guys?
Shut up.
Hey, pulling white women the best. White women the best.
Back to the video, guys. Here we go. Back to the video.
Like office, I saw someone get shot before I was 8 years old, and that drove me to want to be involved because no one really cared. And just so that you know, I grew up in a neighborhood in Baltimore called Park Heights that is famous because it hosts the Preakness horse race on the third Saturday of May every single year. So imagine, Chris, living in a neighborhood that is the center for the sports world one day of the year and not be treated as human.
Well, here goes the question. Who wasn't treating him? Who wasn't?
That's Pimlico he's talking about.
What happened?
I'm here. He's talking about Pimlico and the Preakness and all of that. Yeah, there's a big event in Baltimore every year, and for
hold on for a second, guys, real quick. Who wasn't treating him as human, Uncle Fatty? Who is he talking about?
Police.
Who is he talking about? Black Bear. Who is he talking about?
I couldn't tell. I honestly, I don't.
Well,
I get the premise. I get where he's coming from.
He's not talking about the government. He's not talking about white supremacy. He's talking about other.
He's talking about the police.
Get out of here! What are you talking about?
He talked about being shot and how no one cared.
He's about seeing a shooting when he was a kid, not by. Okay, let me go back.
Seeing a shooting.
Okay,
right.
let me go back. Hold on, I could be wrong. Hold on, I could be wrong. Hold on, give me a second. Let me go back. Because I could be wrong on that one. Okay, so hold on.
Listen, gun violence in Baltimore is literally the reason why I'm in public office. I saw someone get shot before I was 8 years old, and that.
Yeah, he said gun violence, and I saw someone getting shot. So it's not the police. He would have said the police. So
it
drove me to want to be involved because no one really cared. And just so that you know, I grew up in a neighborhood in Baltimore called Park Heights that is famous because it hosts the Preakness horse race on the third Saturday of May every single year. So imagine Chris living in a neighborhood that is the center for the sports world one day of the year and not be treated as human every other day of the year. That was my experience growing up. And when you think about the history of Baltimore and gun violence, this issue has really been the issue that has made or broken the careers of mayor after mayor after mayor, and really been the centerpiece for all discussion around this city for more than 50 years, longer than I've been alive. But for us, many of the things that many cities experience after not just COVID, I think we also have to consider the aftermath of what folks were calling for after the murder of George Floyd. As you alluded to, we had already essentially been through that 5 years prior with the death of Freddie Gray and all the things that have happened after that. So for us, it stayed flat. But flat for Baltimore was still historically high. We have to be reminded, as you were saying, from 2015 up until 2 years ago, Baltimore had a run of having 300 plus homicides, but it wasn't the first time that had happened. That was the reality for most of my childhood. And when you understand this issue the way that I do, as a young man who grew up young, poor, and black in Baltimore and lost friends and had to duck bullets and was a young man who was a teenager doing.
Yeah, so whose fault is that? So this is more the reason, right?
So
I understand
I'll
that, but this is more the reason why maybe Trump should bring in federal troops.
So hold on. So I want to answer that, right? So
all right, go ahead.
We're talking about gun violence, right? You're talking about a democratic city that is extremely strict on gun laws, right? So my premise would be, if you want to correct gun laws, you should focus on correcting the influx of guns coming into this community. Now, where are they coming from? They're not coming from DC. They're not coming
Wall
from
Street.
Baltimore.
Pick a side, Wall
They're
Street.
coming.
Pick a side,
Hold on, and I'm a land. Hold on, I'm a land.
Pick a
They
side,
are
man.
coming. They are coming from red states. That's the source of the guns. The source of the guns
The source
are
of the guns
gun
are coming from red
expos.
states.
Hold on.
I'm
making a very
listening.
valid point that I would love to hear everyone's response to, but I'm a land, right? The source of this crime, the source of it is where the guns are coming from. Why not focus on that, right? That would make more sense if you want to stop gun violence.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing, but I was thinking about crack and not guns.
Yeah, that's problematic too. But again, there are no poppy fields in Park Heights.
Who's flooding the zone with all of these things that the public are
I'm an
using
honorable
to create
Baltimore native, right? I'm an honorable. Shout out to the whole O'Donnell Heights, Essex, and Park Heights as well.
But nobody's making these
no
people.
poppy fields.
Nobody's making these people shoot guns and sell drugs. Nobody's making these people do anything. They're choosing it. They're choosing it. This is a personal choice. They're choosing it. They're choosing
what
it.
we're doing is villainizing.
And people like you and Lynn will make excuses for it day after day. They're choosing it. Nobody's putting the gun. Nobody's putting the guns. Nobody's putting the guns in their hand and telling them to sell
I'm
drugs.
not making excuses for gun violence. What I'm saying is doing the same type of prosecution that has always gone on in Baltimore is not going to stem the tide. It's not going to change the influx of guns that are coming in. It's not going to change the poverty levels that make people commit these crimes. It's not helping, is my only point.
What up, Black Bear? What up?
We gotta see how it works. We gotta see.
Let's go to the
because
next
the NRA is not going around here doing drive-bys and deleting people in the street.
That's true.
NRA is not doing it.
But they are actively working to provide
Hey,
them the
Jay,
guns.
do you know what the U.S. Constitution says about the
They are
power?
actively working to provide them the guns. That's the
Wait,
problem.
wait. What did you say, Len?
Are you aware of Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution?
What does it say?
Do you know what it is?
Then we'll take that out your mouth.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Okay, what is it?
I heard of it, but what does it say?
Well,
I didn't hear what you said.
You tell me what it said.
I'm trying to hear from you.
I didn't hear what the question was.
If you don't know that part, you shouldn't even be voting. Article 1, Section 1 of the Constitution. All legislative.
Can you repeat the question?
All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and a House of Representatives. So the president himself, he can send the National Guard in, like when Dwight D. Eisenhower sent the National Guard in to enforce a court order of Brown v. Board of Education in Little Rock, Arkansas, with the Little Rock 9. When Governor Orville Farvis went against that court order, that's when Eisenhower sent the National Guard and nationalized the Arkansas National Guard to enforce a court order. There is no court order here that says that he has to go in there and try to enforce a law. He's not enforcing a law. What law did the state of California break, or what court order did they subvert?
They was innocently attacking police officers.
Okay, they attacked the police officer, but is that a national epidemic? Was that a national?
I honestly caught about half of what you said there.
Yeah, when it's a protest, when it's a protest, yes, it's a national epidemic. When there are protests, because these protesters turn violent. Okay, they turn violent, and people be out here attacking police officers.
Nope.
From the BLM group, from the immigrant group, they've been out here attacking police officers.
That's the talking point you're going to go with.
What does Kyle Rittenhouse got to do with any of this?
Wait a minute, hold on.
You talked about the violence.
Of the Constitution, it says Congress shall
what
make
does Rodney
no law.
King have to do with anything?
You talked about the violence at these protests, did you not? We were talking about gun violence, and we're talking about violence at these protests. There is no better example of that than Kyle Rittenhouse. If that's not what you were talking about, then what is this gun violence at these protests you were speaking of?
But wait a minute, hold on.
But that's only one. That's only one incident.
Hold on. Amendment 1,
in regards to the what?
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. So Congress can't establish a religion.
Please.
Nor
the first 16 words of the First Amendment. I know where you were going, right?
Nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government.
Right, because every God.
But they were not peacefully. They were not peacefully assembling in California. Though. They were attacking innocent cops. They were bashing their heads in.
They were assembling.
But they were doing it. Trump didn't send the National Guard just because they were assembling. He sent the National Guard because they were doing it in an illegal way by attacking innocent police officers.
They were attacking federal agents called ICE agents. Now the state of California,
ICE agents, police officers, they're still attacking. They're still attacking law enforcement. They're still attacking law enforcement. They're still attacking law enforcement.
Governor Newsom,
Linwood, they were still attacking law enforcement.
Governor Newsom,
they were still attacking law enforcement.
But Governor
There's a reason why
Newsom,
people protest, right?
Guys, can we do one at a time, guys?
Right? For overstepping, right? I don't want your fucking boot on my neck. How about that?
Well,
that's
you
why
have
we
the
protest.
Democrat boot on your neck.
When
you have the
1%
Democrat boot on your
of the
neck.
protesters do bad things, okay, and the other side says the whole entire protest is off, it's off limits, no, then you become the dictator. That's how dictatorship works. You don't get to tell other people when they get a protest. Then you are the dick. That's when
an
you become the
absolute
dick.
fact. Well said. Well said.
but also, let me put this in context too.
Uncle Feta, we gotta watch the F-bomb.
Let me put this in context too.
He's gonna start crying in a minute.
Yes,
too.
if you have like one person protesting, you don't have to get a permit.
I've
But
got
if
a
you have
new
more
white
than
bestie.
one person,
I like Uncle Fetty. I like that
but,
guy.
but wait a minute. But when you have more than one person protesting, and like for instance, when back up up north in Charlottesville, they those white Richard Spencer and them tried to get a petition to protest. They were denied, and they went to court. Okay,
and there were very good
that?
people on both
Can I tell you something
sides.
about this exact same
but
scenario, brother?
what I'm saying, example is, if you have more than just one person protesting, you have to get a permit to hold a rally, and they will say, okay, well, you stand on this section of 5th and Weston for this period of time, and you can protest. So, yeah, there is context to that. Yes, you can peacefully assemble, but you have to peacefully assemble by getting a petition to petition their local government for the protest. Now, with these protesters, and to give some credit here, I don't think they were illegally to assemble. But if they got the paperwork indicating that they were,
well, you don't care about laws,
so there's criteria here that it's a good point to deep dive into, guys.
I'm going to land.
I can tell you a 3-minute story that would explain this whole thing. Okay, I'm not shitting you.
Okay, no problem.
No, you did a line. Well, you don't care about no laws, man. Stop.
I'm from a town up here in North Idaho.
I got two quick things.
Right,
I'm sorry, Fatty.
Every year when I was growing up, okay, you know who hosted a protest in my town? You know who came to my town and had a day in the park? The Aryan nations, the skinheads.
And those protesters were illegal because they did not petition the local government.
No. They were absolutely
very
100%
good people
legal.
on both sides.
They had their national rally up here every spring, right? And all the crazy toothless dumbasses would come up here from the Midwest, right? And North Idaho would become the bastion.
So
right?
That's their First Amendment right to do it. So
I just got two quick things. I ain't got a lot of time.
Every single year, my town got sued, right, for not giving them their permits, even though they got their
First
permits.
Amendment right. That's their First Amendment right.
Listen. I used to help them get their permits straightened out to make sure my city didn't get sued. As a young man, right, I was into politics and shit, so like, I helped them get their permit shit figured out so that I could go protest them. Because here's the thing about protests. I can go stand wherever I want to. But if I want to have a gathering in a park, okay, now I have to involve the city. Now I have to get security. Now I have to make sure we have porta potties. Okay, when I don't do that and I bring 10,000 people to the park over an advertised situation and I don't have the health care that we need, right? OSHA is going to be real mad about that. Kind of like what Trump did to his followers out in the desert twice this year, leaving people abandoned out in the heat with no infrastructure to get them out of there.
Or
no
in the
winter, no nothing.
winter.
No permits because it was out in the middle of the desert.
All right, look, can I just make two quick points? Just 2 quick points. One, when you start putting the military in the streets, that's akin to being in China, basically. We didn't vote for a police state.
Nailed it.
You're not supposed to have a police state in America. If you want to fight crime, hire more police. When you start having the military in the streets, that's akin to
their consent.
That's akin to being a police state. We didn't vote for a police state. That's number one. Number two, January 6th. You couldn't call the National Guard for January 6th, but you want to call the National Guard to get rid of homeless people?
What does January 6th got to do?
GTFO.
What does January 6th got to do with what's going on right now?
With that?
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
No, it's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant.
January 6th is irrelevant. You're talking about.
No, we're talking about. If you do for one, you got to do for everybody. You can't pick and choose.
No, we're talking about. We're talking about the black on black.
No,
we're talking about black on black crime. We're talking about black on black crime. We're talking about black on black crime. This has nothing to do with January 6th. This has nothing to do with the Aryan Brotherhood.
Come on, man. You send in the military to go get homeless people, but you couldn't send the military
about the crime that goes on in our inner city. We're not talking about. January 6th or the
me?
Aryan Brotherhood.
Come on,
We're
man.
not
Y'all
talking about
sound
that.
dumb.
Y'all be
Y'all
bringing
sound
up
dumb
shit
with
that don't have
that.
nothing to do with what's
It
going
have
on. Y'all
everything to do
always
with
want to
that. You
deflect.
trying to pick and
Y'all always want
choose,
to
and you
deflect.
can't pick
Y'all
and choose.
always want to
Do
deflect.
for one,
Y'all are
do for
deflecting.
everybody. You can't
Y'all are
pick and choose.
deflecting.
You trying to have
Y'all are
your cake and eat
deflecting.
it too, sir.
PD.
You haven't
Y'all
even lived long
deflecting.
enough to know
Y'all are
anything, so I don't
deflecting.
even want to
Y'all are
listen to you.
deflecting. You're deflecting.
Come on, you
You're
know you're the
deflecting.
one deflecting,
No,
sir.
you're deflecting.
We
You're
need you to go
deflecting.
live some life
You
first,
make
and
black.
then
You
come
make
back
black.
here and talk.
You and Linwood.
Go
You and
live some
Linwood make
life
black people look
first.
bad. Y'all
Go
make black
live
people
some
look
life
bad.
first, and then
Y'all
come
make
back
black
and
people
talk.
look bad.
Because you
Y'all
don't
make
even know what
our
you're
race
talking
look
about.
bad.
You're parroting
Little
talking
tiny bit
points
of
from other
information,
people.
that means you're a cult member, right?
Come
You
on,
can't
man.
accept any type
Y'all
of anything
sound
that's
crazy.
outside of your worldview that
But
you
that's
Y'all
all
make
I
our
wanted
race
to
look
say. I'm
bad.
out of here.
Y'all
go
make
forward
black people
focused
look
on.
bad. You make black people look bad.
You're a cult member, bro. You're a cult member. Sorry.
How am I?
Sorry.
Wait, how am I? How am I a
Just one
cult member?
friend to
How am I a
another.
cult member? No, you're just
One
an
friend
idiot.
to
You're just
another,
a
okay?
dumb. You're just a stupid. You're just a stupid liberal. That's what you
When
is. You're
you
a dumb
say
liberal.
the
Hold on, wait a minute,
acceptable
wait a
one,
minute,
now
wait a
No,
minute.
that's
you
a
and
false
Linwood, you're a
narrative.
dumb
Actually,
liberal.
Jay, hold
You're a
on.
dumb liberal
Actually,
too,
Jay,
No.
Linwood.
wait a
You're a
minute,
dumb
Jay, hold
liberal.
on.
You can't
You
But
argue
Jay,
you
the
and
hold
that
on,
outside
black
Jay.
dude
world
are
because you
stupid
can't
But
liberals.
Jay,
accept
hold
Y'all
what
are
on,
people
hold
stupid
on,
say.
Jay.
liberals. Y'all are
Jay,
stupid liberals.
Amendment 3 of the Constitution says no soldier in the time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. So, what laws does the president
You acting
have?
like he's sending. You're acting like he's sending the
That was
Marines
a
or the
valid
Army. He's sending the
question.
National Guard. That's
But the
constitutional.
National Guard is
That's
the Army,
constitutional.
sir. That's an army.
You can send no, they can send the
The
National
Army
Guard, but
National
sending
Reserve,
the
the
Marine,
Army National
It's
Guard,
the National Guard.
y'all not letting me
bro.
finish.
Now
Cope
the
harder.
reserve is different from the
It
National
is the
Guard,
military, but
but
it's a lesser version of the military. But you can still send the
It
National
doesn't
Guard out,
matter.
especially if the president declares martial law. Yes, he can send the National Guard out. Now, if he was sending the Marines like he did in California, I didn't agree with that. That was unconstitutional. He shouldn't
You
have done
know
that.
they're going to
But
come
sending
for
the
brown
National
people too,
Guard,
right? You know they're going to come for brown people too, right?
no, they're
Mr.
gonna come.
President,
They're gonna come
You
for
know
Mr.
they're
black
going to
and
President,
come
brown.
if
for
you can
brown
hear
people
me,
before they come
They're
for
gonna
me,
come.
right?
They're
I
gonna
think
come.
the
after
key
They're
the
gonna come.
words
6 of
in what
They're
was
gonna
DC,
come.
read, I think the
They're
Bro,
key
gonna
you
come
words
gotta
for
in what
black
was
and brown
grow
read
people
up
that
and
can
free your
was
function.
mind,
something
bro.
That's what they're
defined
going
by
Free your
after.
own
law.
They're
mind.
So
going
what
Free
after
your
black
own
happens
and brown
when the
people
mind.
that commit
National
crimes.
Guard is
They're gonna
involved
come
in,
go to
after.
the
They're
Baltimore,
governor
gonna come after
will
black and brown people that
usually
commit crimes.
declare
clean it up,
martial
They're
clean it
gonna
up,
law,
come.
Trump,
right?
They're
clean it
gonna
up.
come
I
after
think
black and
we're
brown
missing
people
the
that
law
commit crimes.
aspect of it,
But
right?
wait a minute. Let's bring it to another conversation here. Where's the due process in all this? Because we do have a Fifth and 14th Amendment that gives due process. This is the
The,
U.S. Constitution.
the due process got sent back to Venezuela.
I hope you have this in your pocket, because I sure as hell do, to
I mean,
understand what we're
clearly,
talking
clearly, we see
He's
this
clean.
president had no
He's clean.
problem with creating what's known as a constitutional crisis, right? So when you're talking about the due process, that was a joke when I said the due process got sent back to Venezuela, but that's absolutely what happened, to the point where the Supreme Court had to say, no, you got to bring that Venezuelan guy back here for what? So he can have due process. So it's already documented. He has no issue, no
All
qualms
right,
with violating due
pick a
process,
side, pick a side.
No,
violating anything.
But wait a minute.
y'all are
Pick a side.
Let,
y'all
let,
are
let,
just
let- wait a minute. Hold
mad.
on. Let's
Y'all
have a
are just mad
conversation
that
here.
he's cleaning up crime.
But wait a minute. Is this? Wait a minute. Is violating the U.S. Constitution a form of due process?
So you
He's
can
he's
violate
not a
due
citizen.
process. You can
He's
violate due
not a
process,
citizen.
and that is one of the protections of
He's
the
not a
Constitution.
citizen. He's not a
No, what I'm
citizen.
saying is one of the benefits
He's
of the
not a
Constitution
citizen,
is,
you guys.
yeah, we heard you say
He's
that three
not
times.
a citizen.
We heard that's the fourth time. We heard you.
So
So
why
hold
why are
on.
you
So
giving
that's
him
not what we're
citizen
talking
rights?
about. That's not what we're talking about? We were talking about due process, right? And how it plays into the Constitution. So one of the benefits through the Constitution is due process. So the violation of due process is literally violating the Constitution. That's why they had to send that guy back from Venezuela for him to go through the criminal proceedings here before we can kick him out the country again, which we will end up doing. So the law itself, the body of work that is the Constitution, it does work when it's utilized correctly. Donald Trump can only even go but so far in violating it. That's why they sent that guy back. But if we're talking about his character, he knew he wasn't supposed to send that man back to Venezuela, but he did it anyway. We are talking about a world leader, a man in a position of power that really doesn't have much moral fiber. So we act like we're surprised when he would violate laws, when he would take weird stances. Like, it's who he is.
But also,
Documented.
let's go a step further. If the Republican Party is the party of constitutionalism, why are they violating their own constitution to enforce their own political agendas?
In my opinion, it's the
How are they
timing of
violating
it.
the Constitution?
It's the timing of it. Right now, we're at a point in time where there is a large populace in the American community that is perfectly fine with you violating the Constitution as long as you give them what they want. And they want more control over certain communities, mainly black ones. Go figure. Like, that's a shock if you know
Well,
American history.
the people do need to get a hold of the black community because
But wait a minute, stop,
it's
Jay,
spiraling out of control.
Jay, you're just
It's
talking a whole bunch of
spiraling out of
foolishness.
control.
But
It's
seriously,
spiraling out of control.
you're
It's
talking a bunch
spiraling
of
out of
foolishness.
control. No,
You're
it's
talking
spiraling out of
foolishness here.
control.
But let
It's
me say this,
spiraling
Jay.
out of control.
Jay,
It's
Jay,
spiraling
I don't
out
give
of control.
Jay,
And you're
Jay, you can
denying
say
it.
that all day
You're
you long.
denying
It's
it.
like a
You're
broken record.
denying it,
But
Linwood.
on a
You're
serious
denying
level,
it, Linwood.
on
You're
a
denying
serious
it,
level,
Linwood.
Jay, on a serious
Spiraling
level,
out of control.
on a
It's
serious
spiraling out
level,
of control.
black
Purges,
people
bro.
pay taxes. So are you going to take their tax money and then violate their constitutional rights because you're trying to push a
Correct.
political agenda?
They're not violating constitutional rights.
If you pay
What does
tax in the United
violating
States, you are entitled to the privileges and
They
immunities of the Constitution.
absolutely are.
what does
I gave
violating
you a
constitutional rights
specific.
have to do
I
with
gave
them
you a
trying
Privileges and
to
immunities.
specific
sign the law? What does
example.
them
All
violating
states,
constitutional
all
rights got to
citizens
do
are
with
given
them lowering crimes?
in all states in this union. All citizens in each state are guaranteed privileges and immunities. So what we're saying here that the Republican Party is consenting that they don't give a good goddamn about this Constitution as long as it pushes a political agenda. They don't care about the laws that they are claiming that they love so much.
Correct.
So I mean,
The
but really,
government
Jay,
has been they've been infiltrated. It's
let's
evil.
get off Jay. Let's get off the talking points for a minute and let's get to the logic of this whole thing. Let's get out of the talking points. Let's get out of our how we feel about things. Let's look at the actual laws on our books. Are you saying to me, Jay, to solve a perception of crime? Now, I'm not saying that black folks in the cities, are particularly our young people, are out here buck wilding because they got nothing to do that's of constructive value. I'll give you that. And there needs to be things that address those issues so those young people ain't getting out there doing that foolishness like they see on the internet from time to time. I'll give you that. But still, even if a black kid shot somebody in the middle of a tourist section, that person, sadly to say, but it's in our Constitution, it's in our laws. We cannot violate their due process. They are still equally protected. They are still equally protected by
That's
our
illegal.
laws.
Linwood, that's illegal to shoot somebody in the middle of the street. That's illegal. What are you talking about?
The
That's
judicial system
illegal.
will work against that
That makes
black
no
kid. He's
sense.
going to
That's
jail.
illegal.
That kid that commits that crime. So
That's
where's this
illegal.
big problem, right? What I'm saying is, if the kid commits that
The
crime,
problem is in our community. That's where the
he's
problem is.
due his due process. He goes through his due process and he gets convicted every time.
Hey guys,
How
real
does
quick,
this
Savage
make
with the
sense?
$2 cash app said Fatty's only into coke and chicks with come on. And Nancy blocked the National Guard, dumb libs. And Savage sent over another $2 cash app. He says, "We are using your playbook, libs." Go ahead, guys. Thank you so much.
The problem is, CT, we got two foundational Black American bootlickers up here that refuse to address the issue.
I'm not
That's
FBA.
the problem.
I mean, wait a minute. Well, Jay, wait a minute. Even the foundational,
right now.
even foundational Black Americans don't even believe in the laws. They're grifters, man. I ain't gonna buy into that BS. Foundational Black Americans are grifters.
You're FBA. You're FBA. You have a lot of
I'm
FBA.
not no
talking
FBI. I
points,
never
Linwood.
said I
I'm not
was.
FBA either.
You have a lot of.
I'm
You have
not.
a lot of.
You're being a
Y'all,
weirdo.
you have a,
FBA.
you have a lot
Listen,
of
I
FBA
don't
talking
follow.
points.
I'm not gonna follow a pimp
Hold on.
who's trying to
Let me
prostitute
refute
black
that
people.
slander right
So
now.
you're telling me you don't follow? You
Let
telling
me
me you don't follow
refute that
Dr. Umar and
slander
Tariq
you
Nasheed?
just made, right? I am the founding member of the ABA, the Anti-Brokenness Association. I am sitting across the street from the Keo Beach Grill, which I'm gonna go have breakfast with, right? Ain't no FBA out here where I'm at right now, right? I'm a black man, I'm an African American, but that little club that you wanna put
But y'all
everyone
have a
under the
lot of
umbrella of, that little club,
FBA talking
that little
points.
club, that little social club. No, I'm not a part of that, good brother. I'm an African American. Period. Point blank.
Well,
Address me as
I'm not
such.
talking no talking points. I'm
Y'all have
talking
a
for the
lot of FBA
Constitution.
talking points.
I'm talking for the Constitution, sir.
The
Which I told
Republicans
you.
are not breaking. They're not breaking the Constitution. They're trying to fix crime. They're trying to fix crime in the black on black communities. The
Wait a minute.
communities that affect us.
Wait a minute.
These
If they're fixing crime, all you're doing is putting foot soldiers out there to show off. They can't prosecute anybody. They can't arrest people that
You may be uninformed enough to
if
believe
the
that they're
police
trying to stop
look,
crime.
if
You
the
may
police
What the
believe
hell is the
what you're
police
being
gonna do
told.
if the National
You
Guard's
may
in town?
believe that.
What the
That
hell is the
doesn't
police
make
gonna
it
do?
fact.
The
if the
police are not.
police,
That
They're
doesn't
not.
make it fact.
Linwood, shut the fuck up for a minute, man. If the police is not getting the issue done, sometimes you got to bring up. My bad, CT. Sometimes you need help. You got to bring in the National Guard. You got
So
to
let
bring
me
in the
ask
damn
you.
Marines. No, that's
If so,
unconstitutional.
let me ask you a very simple question. If violent crime in pretty much all these areas is on a downtick, why would it be so imperative to involve something as extreme as the National Guard when clearly either something's going on in the overall context of America or law enforcement is kind of starting to get it right, right? If things are on a downtick. We aren't in a crisis mode, right? Most of our grandmothers feel perfectly fine going to the store at 10 o'clock in the evening. There was a
No,
time
they
when they
don't.
didn't,
No, they don't, bro.
right? So,
No, no,
well, and mines do,
no,
right?
they don't.
But what I'm saying is, if it's a statistical fact that these violent crimes are on a downtick, why the panic move now?
You know what? Wall
Seriously.
Street.
Because they're trying.
Actually, Wall
Because
Street.
sometimes you need that soldiers on the street.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm
Wall Street.
listening, Linwood. That was a
Okay,
dumb
brother.
answer, but
You
I
know there was
appreciate
a study that was done by Harvard that talked about during the 2024 election. There's a difference between actual crime and perception of crime.
it. Mm-hmm.
And what they noticed in their study is that most of the crime did not happen in the tourist sections. It happened
Sure.
in non-tourist
Hey,
sections.
Marcus. Jay. I got to bring you back in 7 minutes, man. Go ahead.
But perception, but when the people in the downtown districts, the tourist areas, saw homeless people, the perception of seeing homeless people on the street just sleeping, minding their business, just trying to just go from day to day, that was an indicator that civilization is defaulting. And
And
so poor
And so now,
homeless
Linwood, where the layman will get lost is, right? You create an atmosphere where you
LG and Marcus, thank you so much for your cash ups. LG says for the $40 cash up. Salute to you guys. Give LG a big thumbs up. $ emoji. Positivity is definitely coming your way. I really appreciate you, LG. Says thanks for getting us through our work days, and thank you so much for all of your support, LG. I really appreciate you. Must
be the money. Yeah. Must be the money. Got to be, 'cause I got what's wanting to be my friend. Must be the money. People I never knew, people I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me, check it out.
be the money. Here we go. This
Must be the money. Must be the money that's got them on my side. Must be the money. Must be the money. I'm never going wrong. Must be the money. Must be the money that keeps me looking fly. Must be the money. Must be the money that's got me cruising in style. Must be the money. Must be the money. I've got so much bling. Must be the money. Must be the money. 26 with all this wealth. Must be the money. Must be the money that funds my lifestyle. Must be the money. Must be the money. The party's at my place.
Thank you so much, LG. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I did. CT, I wanted to let you know. I shot out an email to a guy at a PE firm that I know. They kind of work with Dion, so I'm going to try to get you the rights to use the black version of that song without being flagged. So I'm
Okay,
working on
because
that.
he definitely flagged me before for using his song. Yeah, all right. Yeah,
I'd have flagged you too.
yeah. I mean, it is a good song. Thank you so much, LG. I really appreciate you, sweetheart. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Linwood, you guys go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, like, even with homelessness, right? You eliminate all the homeless programs and then you now criminalize being outside with nowhere to sleep. Like that's how politics works in terms of creating an agenda. So when people are questioning the overall agenda, it sounds good to say, yeah, putting boots on the ground will stop the crime. And no, there's a lot more to it than that.
CT.
Yo,
Yeah,
what
I'm
up?
gonna say
What
something
up?
right quick. I'm say
Go ahead.
something right quick. People like him, right, that always come up here bragging about where they're at and what they got. They don't live in these type of areas. You know what I'm saying? So they
Mm.
want to keep that area like that. You feel
I'm
me?
from
So they
there.
won't want to
I'm
speak on
from
the truth
O'Donnell
about it. You
Heights.
feel me?
I
You know
absolutely
what I
want
mean? They don't
crime
want to
down
speak
in
on. Yeah,
O'Donnell Heights.
he probably lived there, but he don't live there no more. You know what they say when they get money, they move. You feel me? You know that. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean?
I
So him
mean,
saying
I didn't
that,
move because of
you're
the
sitting
money.
there instead of you saying, okay, let's try to figure out what we can do about crime. You sit here and say, oh, let due process, let crime happen. You know what I'm saying? Let them get shot, and let them
No,
get this, let them get that.
you
That don't make no sense.
misunderstood my stance. You
Well, you want to
misunderstood my
dictate? Well,
stance.
sir, we're a
My
constitutional
stance will
republic.
never be let crime happen, right?
You are.
They just sat
We
up
live
here and
in a
talked
constitutional
about
republic, and you're calling for a
this
dictatorship.
Ilmar Obrego guy, right? You know what I'm saying? They're advocating for this man talking about due process just for us as taxpayers to set his ass in the prison to take care of him. You know what I mean? He could have been over there. They're fine with him being over there. You know what I mean? Like let him stay over there. Why y'all fighting for
So,
this man to come back to get due process?
so let me respond to that.
He's not even
Because it's
a
our
legal.
laws, man.
Now that's a good
But
point.
It's
he's
our
not legal.
laws.
He didn't follow laws when he came over here
And Linwood
illegally.
literally answered it
Like
that
I don't
simple.
understand.
And
Y'all want the laws
Linwood,
to go
hold
y'all's
on.
way, but
Linwood
y'all don't
literally
want the
already
laws
summed
to
it
be
up.
right.
People aren't fighting for him. They are fighting for the Constitution. They are fighting for the laws,
Okay,
right?
listen.
You hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
Willie.
hold on,
Listen.
hold on.
If they're
Let me
fighting for
land
the
real quick.
Constitution, why are they letting these people over here in the first place? They wouldn't
That's a
have to
problem.
be.
That's a
They wouldn't
problem that
have
doesn't
to
have
be
a
fighting.
simple answer.
But listen, they wouldn't have to be fighting for these people to have due
I get
process
that.
if they didn't follow the due process coming over here.
I get
You know
that.
what I mean?
I
So
get what you're
that's what I
saying.
mean.
I'm
But
not.
everybody always fights to have the due process when they're sent
Look,
back.
listen to what I'm
Go
saying.
ahead, my
I'm
bad.
not
Hang tight,
arguing.
guys. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight.
Must be the money. Must be the money. Got to be. Cause I got what's wanting to be my friend. Must be the money. People I never knew. People I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me. Check it out. Must be the money. Must be the money. I've got so much blame. Must be the money. Must be the money. 26 with all this wealth. Must be the money. Must be the money that funds my lifestyle. Must be the money. Must be the money. The party's at my place.
Rise Girl with the $40 cash up. Thank you so much, LG. Thank you so much, Rise Girl says, hey, CT, I'm in Texas and I'm walking with one crutch. Guys, let's send out some positivity to Rise Girl. She's a friend, great moderator of the channel, day one. And let's send out some positivity because she is walking on one crutch as we speak. So I'm sending over some hope get well soon. Rise Girl, positivity is definitely coming your way. Guys, give Rise Girl a big thumbs up, $sign him up. Go ahead, guys.
Must be the one crutch. Feel better, sis.
Hey, Chaotic, can you hear me? This is the Alfredamus, the FBA antidote. Can you hear me?
We hear you,
Hello?
We can hear
Bridget.
you. We can hear
I
you. He
hear you,
probably
my
stepped away.
lord.
Yeah, we can hear you. He probably stepped away.
I hear
All
you,
right.
my lord.
All right. So it's funny for me to sit here and hear this FBA people talking about constitution. They respect constitution. These people are
What
hypocrites. This is
FBA
why I
person
know.
said that?
Sir, let me finish talking. I wasn't
I
talking
just
when
want to
they were
keep up.
talking.
What FBA
Sir,
person? All right,
please
good.
exercise some decorum. Thank you. So these people now are talking about constitution. CT, think about it. You were born here in America as an American. American law says you're American. I'm a proud naturalized American citizen. But these people are on this platform telling you and I both that we are not American, even though the Constitution says we are. So they choose it when it's fine. So now they want to support. Sir, I'm not talking to you, man. Can you be quiet?
Oh, I was ready to get him.
So you have these same people who have been coming on this platform time and time again, disparaging the U.S. Constitution that says people can naturalize, people who are born here are American. They ignore that. They said, no, you are not.
I'm here, man. Thank you so much.
They said you are not, right? But today they are telling you about due process for Abrego Garcia, an illegal gang member. So I want people to understand this is not about race thing. This is a criminal culture. Because when Trump is sending, the National Guard.
Real quick, Afro. Now, when you say who's a criminal culture, go be clear with that. And thank you so much.
The blacks, FBA, they have a criminal culture. Because sending the National Guard to DC. DC is the capital of the United States. They are not the only race. They are not the only race that lives there. Why are they the ones crying about it? Why? Because they know what's coming. They know they are the criminals. They are the murderers. They are the ones that are causing mayhem in that city. We all see exactly the technique they are using. They're using young kids. These are weapons of mass destruction. They are out there destroying, killing, stealing, knocking good white people in the head, across the head. And they want to talk about laws. They know nothing about law. First of all, you can't just squat around in the street. Do you know about vagrancy laws? Just because they didn't enforce it doesn't mean, it's not illegal. It is illegal to do that. They are called vagrancy laws. And the other one saying, it is a police state. But he was saying, bring in more police, not the military, because the military, that would mean it's a police state. He is dumb as hell. I don't know if you guys caught it. If you bring the military instead of police, it would be. Sir, not you. You're not smart enough to catch it. You're always
saying none of that was said.
Hold on.
Right, wrap it up.
Stop rushing to respond to me.
Because you're sitting here lying.
Here's the fact.
You're a liar.
We all know for a fact who the criminal elements are in that place, in that state. We know it. We're seeing them coming out, crying. Did we see white people crying? Did we see Hispanics crying? No, they are the only ones crying. When think about it, who are the group of people? The only group of people that politicians go and talk to about saying, we're going to lax the laws and help free criminals. You know why that is? Because they have a criminal culture, which proves here to them, like, it doesn't even, think about it. These are people who go out and shoot people and say, I didn't do nothing. Think about that for a minute, that logic. Right, and the arguments they are making here, like I've worked in their favorite place, prison. This is the same tactics they use. They truly think these people don't want to follow rules and regulations of society. They love dysfunction. So this is why Trump have to completely, shut this down. People don't even need to listen to these criminals. They didn't vote for Trump. We did. Right. This is what we voted for. And they talk about January 6th. They don't even know the rules. Now, this is what Pelosi. This is why Pelosi, and they are getting investigated right now. What you don't know, in the district, the Speaker of the House have the power. She was the one that had the power to, bring in the National Guard. She ignored everyone, her and the mayor. They cooked it up. They were even.
Told her.
Hold on. Let me finish. What you saw on January 6th, because most people are amateurs. Those Democrats were the real insurrectionists. Okay? You guys have never lived in a country where insurrection happened, aka coup. That's what a coup looks like. And then what they would do is they would shut everybody down. You cannot say anything about the sitting regime. You are not allowed to question anything. You're not allowed to say the elections is not fair. That's what a coup d'etat and an insurrection looks like. And the people that do the coup, they always go after the government that they ousted. What you saw was happening to Trump. This is what happens after coups. They go after the person they couped, his ministers, his people. We saw all of that. So the blacks, since they are so dark and blind, the Democrats use them. They know they are easily used, because they are ready, to just destroy. That's what they are here to do, not to build, but to destroy. So they use them for that. So now it's time to pay. They know this. The announcement, they never said, oh, we're going after the blacks. They said, no, we're cleaning the capital. We're going to put National Guard troops on the roads. We are no longer going to put up with this. Why are they the ones crying? This is my question, if they are not the criminals.
I'd love to answer that.
Thank you.
Woo. Right. So I hope I get a quarter, not even half as long. Right. But let me ask you this real quick, my brother. Are you, Myla, you from where? Like Jamaica, or are you from the continent? Just give me an idea.
Sir, I am not your brother. I am an American citizen. Speak on the topic.
No, I get that. I know that.
Sir, I don't know you. I don't know you from anywhere. We are not related. Do not call me.
Never mind.
Do not call me your brother. I am not your brother.
We can move on past that, right?
So just answer what I said. I don't need to. You don't need to know where I'm from.
We can move on past that and allow me to make my point. So here's the problem, right? I don't even know who these FBAers you were speaking of that have these premises are. That's why I wanted you to point them out, because I was the one talking about the Constitution. I was the one talking about law. I was the one that brought up Abrego, right? And nothing I stated, right, is in that FBA framework line of thinking. But I'll play your game. So now, if you want to know why FBA has these issues, a big part of those issues that led to those crime numbers being so vicious were groups like the Shower Posse, right? It was a lot of West Indians that came in here tearing up, causing a mother sucker, right? Tearing stuff up. And those went to black crime statistics. So if you want to know why certain people, my lord, right, are a problem over here for those that would claim to be foundational black people, right? It's because a lot of you so-and-sos come over here, run the crime statistics up, and then speak about us like you're not connected to our struggle, right? It was so much things that you said that were completely wrong. You talked about black crime. There's only black crime, right? Do you know right now, like Google drive-by shootings of Democrats? Google it, right? There's literally a white Republican that was paying people, and he's in federal court right now for paying for drive-by shootings. But see, you don't view these things as crimes. So when we see these things on the horizon, how it will criminalize us, right? I understand why you don't get it. You don't even understand you're attached to us. So when you speak outside as this naturalized citizen, my brethren, right? As this naturalized citizen, you naturalize black. All those numbers go towards you as well, right? Your people, right? When they come over here and become naturalized citizens, my lord, right? They then become part of the problem as well. So it's just a bit weird that you speak about these things so detached. But let me land on Abrego, right? Let me land on Abrego and I'm done. No one is defending Abrego. We don't care what you do with him after he's had his due process. But when you have a president also talking about sending black men, right, when he talks about criminalization, right, we already know that they've programmed your mind to believe that the blacks are the criminals, right? So when you talk about sending these people to foreign countries to be housed while they're doing their time, yeah, that's problematic. So now this becomes not myself, right? The white people I'm sure you respect. Now becomes what they call a constitutional crisis, right? So now you have to defend the law more so than the person, right? So when we're talking about due process, that little $10,000, $20,000 that it'll take to house him, please believe with per missile going over to Ukraine and to Palestine right now, like it's not a big deal. Like it's tip money. I'll pay for it. I got it. I'll pay for his stay in the facility. But the benefit of defending that Constitution, saying you can't just do whatever you want to American citizens, yeah, I'm invested in that, not in the Brago's freedom. So I hope that made some sense for you. I hope.
Is this true, Aphrodite? Are Africans coming over here and actually contributing to the crime stats?
Of course they are. They're considered black. What you think they don't commit crime? What I'm saying is whatever crime they commit gets attributed.
Hold on, let Aphrodite answer the question. But before Aphrodite answers the question, once again, LG and Rosger, thank you so much for the $40 cash apps. I really appreciate that. And Speak Radio with the $5 cash app says, "Knick knack paddywhack, give a hyena a bone." Aphrodite. Ah, my God.
Oh, pues llegar ya que el humo que boqueo.
Must be the money. Must be the money. Got to be, 'cause I got what's wanting to be my friend. Must be the money. People I never knew. People I never
Actually, to correct that gentleman, nice try.
I don't know what it is. Talk to me. Check it out.
Aphrodite, did you want to respond?
Actually, I want to say this right quick.
Aphrodite, did you want to respond? Aphrodite? Aphrodite? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Linwood.
Well, thank you.
Real
Nice
quick,
try
CT.
throwing me off the panel.
His name is Solomon Pena. He just got 80 years, right? Paying for drive-bys on Democratic politics.
You making it seem like that happens all the time.
I'm just
You know what I mean? You're taking one outlier and
let me
throwing
say
it all
this,
across
please,
the
because
board.
I'm getting tired of hearing the talking points from these imbeciles on this panel, with the exception of Will. The exception of Will. First of all, Nancy Pelosi doesn't have order of the National Guard. The president does. So get your facts straight. Nancy Pelosi on that day was not the president of the United States, because if she was, she would have called the National Guard.
Yep.
So
She was the one. No,
the Speaker
she
of
was
the House. The Speaker of the House has no control of that. Read your Constitution,
That's why Trump told her
read your
that she
Constitution.
denied it.
And I see why
What are you
you vote
talking
for
about?
Donald Trump. I see why you vote Republican, because most Republicans were. You know what? Let me say this. Let me say this. Donald Trump happens when the nation's intellectual capacity is in the damn toilet.
Yes.
It's no wonder why 77 million imbeciles voted for him. Yep. But that is your retardation on steroids. This so-called non-white person that had that fake ass Jamaican accent. Well, your brother, I'm not your brother. I'm not your brother. We say that in the United States to each other as black people. As far as, okay, I have relation to you to the struggle. We're not blood. We ain't kinfolk. None of that stuff. But it's like my brother, my sister, I got you. So that's how we talk to each other, sir. Now, as far as
you sound stupid, Linwood.
Now, as far as your relation to black people, I'm happy you don't deal with black people. Go be with. As a matter of fact, I'll do you Afro, whatever. You should take the name out of your name and call yourself Afro something. Please take that out of your name.
CT, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, punk. Why don't you take the Afro thing out of your name and put Europeans on there? And matter of fact, I'll do you a solid. I will do you a solid. Please stop talking about black people's issues and talk about white folks' issues, because that's the people you align yourself with. Talk about what's going on in those rural areas. Start talking about that. I'm serious. If you don't like us, stop talking about us. But the reason why you don't talk about us because just like those black conservatives like Rod Smith, you ain't got nowhere else to go, buddy, because even they don't want your black ass. So you ain't got nowhere to go.
Shout out to Tim Scott.
Hell,
Hey,
even
Linwood,
Nick,
that white. Hey,
even Nick
Linwood.
Fuentes said that you are tokens and you are DEI hires.
Yo,
He
Hey,
he
Linwood,
Linwood.
calling you DEI
You
hires.
Linwood,
listen.
hold on.
You
Yo,
listen to
it
Nick
bothered me
Fuentes.
to agree with Nick Fuentes so much. He fried them. Oh, he fried them, Linwood. And everything he said was spot on. They don't want you over there, Tim Scott. Sorry, buddy. No matter what you want to believe, you're signing that job application as Afro-American or Black. You're not signing Polynesian. You're not, you definitely ain't checking white. You know what I mean? Stop it.
Are you guys done?
Not really, but
So,
it's your
so,
turn.
so, so clearly, everyone can see, like, you guys are trying so hard to tether yourselves to me. I'm not part of a criminal culture. I don't care
He's
where
trying
the
to cope.
criminals. Hold on, let me finish. I don't
You
care
are,
where
though.
I
Why
don't
don't you
care
start
where the
talking?
You're
criminals
Start
come
talking to
black
the
from.
white
over here.
folks.
I don't know if you
Let me
know
Start talking
this.
to the
finish.
white
Let me
folks.
finish. Let me
You ain't got no
finish.
finish over here, brother.
Look, I don't care about where the criminals come from. I don't care, the root cause of the crime, whether it's because of their single mama in the ghetto or their crack selling papa who's in prison, or Pookie and Rere who's out there knocking, these women up and
And you and your
leaving them
people.
behind. So I
Don't
do not.
forget you and your
Look,
people.
hold on.
Well,
They could be from Wakanda. I don't care. If they commit a crime, they need to pay the price. That's what I'm all about. So you can sit here and say to yourself, such and such don't want me. These people don't want me. First of all, I'm not looking for people to want me. That's you guys' issue, because you can't do things for yourself. You can't even love yourself. You want white people and everybody to love you. This is what you're looking for. So if an African person comes here and commits a crime, I suggest the same thing happens to him. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Trump came up with this idea, because when I was in corrections back in the days around 2008, I suggested that in order to control the black criminality in this country, they should figure out a way to set up, a deal with an African nation, build a prison there and start sending them over. That is a smart way of re-Africanizing them again, because, they used to say they're from Africa, it's our home. So they can easily re-Africanize them. Most of their criminals, they are getting younger and younger, 11, 14 to 17. And a lot of them are also now females. I was just out and about the other day, and I saw, some of the blacks, two ladies, and they were wearing shower cap and, nightgown, pajamas, and house shoe. That's like their uniform for stealing. They don't know, like everyone knows now, it's a dead giveaway, you know. And next thing I walk by the security, I just mumble. I said, they're about to steal. Watch them. He said, I'm already watching. And guess what? They got caught stealing. They got caught stealing. And I know some of you are going to say you are snitching. No, I'm a good citizen, because when you people go in the stores and steal, that insurance hikes the prices up, and we have to end up paying for that. So I don't care. I don't care where you're from, your skin color. If you come here in America, our great nation, and you commit a crime, you will pay a price. That's my stance, and I repeat it to the people in the back of the short bus. If you commit a crime, you will be sent to El Salvador, Liberia, Lesotho, or the Democratic Republic of Congo. It has
Now
already begun.
we got Alligator Alley
Thank you.
now.
No. That's for the foreigners. You people will be sent far away, far away. You're not staying in Alligator Alcatraz. You're going to El Salvador, Lesotho, Rwanda. You better go see the deal that's been signed. So you guys can sit here and cry and say it's unconstitutional, it's this and that. No, you guys are going. I have written this paper a while ago and I suggested it in the academy. I said the way to curb the black crime, make a deal with African nation and build a prison there. And it looks like it's about to happen. Shout out to Trump.
Linwood, what say you about that? Go ahead, Linwood.
I have nothing to say because he's he's pretty much a white adjacent non-white person. So that's just another story. My far as my stance is concerned about it is he said what he said, but I'll respond in this way. Honestly, I'm tired of seeing you black people that are so-called conservative talk about black people. Why don't you ever talk about white people? That is your community. That's who you're aligning yourselves with. Why don't you talk about white people's issues? There's plenty of them. You can easily talk about them. Why don't you? I'm being honest.
You obviously aren't asking me because I kick in the backs of every racial group and ethnic group.
We can debate that in a we can actually have a conversation about
then
that.
what if I were to
I'm be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. You're suspect.
Shows that he don't like the country. That's all it is.
You're suspect. You're suspect.
If I were to have a show tomorrow about white rural relationships with their siblings, you wouldn't call in.
Oh, I would. I'll call in. Now I have to go to work tomorrow, but I'll call in. Yeah. I'll definitely call in. But I will say like this: if you are so comfortable with white people's ideas,
real quick, Savage with the $2 cash up says Linwood or Limpwood, read the Third Amendment and explain it. Thank you so much, Savage, for the $2 cash up, buddy.
Oh, sure. I'll definitely read that for you. The Third Amendment says no soldier in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. So that means you can't. A military person can't just show up in your house without that owner consenting. Now, it's on the street. Now, mind you, we talking about soldiers in D.C. This is only a 30-day thing. If Congress decides, that means the House and the Senate decides, okay, we want this to be on the street a little longer, then they will give that consent. But after these 30 days, he can't pull this anymore. If Congress decides, nope, you're not going to get it, we're not going to do this, then he can't put those soldiers back on the street again. Not on, because
Civics
federal
101.
He is federal
Sir,
land.
it will be, trust me, it will be extended. You know, CT, those of you that are listening, I mean, are you listening to these people? Think about it. Hold on.
There's also a thing called the 60 vote filibuster.
Okay.
So unless the Republicans are going to nuke the filibuster to keep that going, then you just gave a layup to the Democrats. So let's say the Democrats are they
go ahead, academics. Go ahead.
Think about this for a minute, right?
Sure.
These people are attacking me. They are attacking me and upset.
No one's
hold on. Let me finish. I never said they should go and arrest somebody just because they are black. I'm speaking about criminals.
But
criminals,
right?
Hold on.
Let him finish.
I'm tired of this guy speaking. You let this guy speak because
Linwood, Afrodamus comes here.
My goodness.
Oh,
So I clearly I said criminals.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said criminals. It doesn't matter where they come from, because their logic is they think that, if the guy is African and he's a criminal, so therefore I am from the continent of Africa, I should support it. So what they feel like here, because they feel like I'm attacking their criminal culture. It's not about skin color. You see how they are seeing me as white? Because I observe things like white people. White people are highly intelligent. For me, even Africans who don't like white people, I don't trust them. Hold on, let me finish. If a black person of any country, they don't like white people, I don't trust them. CT, you know why I don't trust them? Can I say why? Because you see, white people are about accountability. They want things to be on the table. and I'm about that. So blacks, not all, but most, they lack accountability. They lack accountability. They don't take. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Wait a minute, hold on. Stop right here.
Stop
What
interrupting me.
accountability do these people have when they have killed their own children? Wait a minute, stop right here. Wait a minute, stop. You talk about accountability. You're talking about accountability, but when
he knows what I'm about to say.
Wait a minute.
Run, Nigerian, run. Don't let him ask you a question. Run,
wait a minute.
Nigerian, run.
Well, you know, he's a clown anyway, so I'm gonna slap his ass around in 2 seconds. First of all, here's the thing, sir. You talking about white people hold accountability. When did they hold each other?
Travis with a $2 cash app 30 minute has nothing to do with DC FAG. Come on, man.
Actually, it does. It's actually federal land, like any other property in the United States. So,
all right, go ahead.
But what I'm saying here is this. I know why Chaotic Truth keeps this guy on here, because he believes in his sick fantasy ideals the way that he does. These people they really hate being black people, and they can't stomach it. It's a psychological thing with them.
Linwood, do you believe that I and Afrodamus hate being black?
You suspect.
In America, absolutely.
He's admitted.
Absolutely.
He's admitted.
What
He's
about
admitted.
you, Linwood?
You're suspect.
Do you hate being black?
Nope, not at all.
No, because I'm actually black.
So CT,
but on a serious note here,
imagine, right? They want to be the ones to decide.
This man is talking about a dictatorship. You want to dictate to people how they should conduct themselves without due process of law. So I don't know where the hell you come from, but in this country, there's due process here. And in person, I don't like some Johnny-come-lately wannabe U.S. citizen coming here wanting a dictator in this office. You can go over there and have that Robert Mugabe. But we don't do that.
Sir. He's dead, sir. He's dead.
Must be the money. Must be the money. That's got them on my side. Must be the money. Must be the money. I'm never going wrong. Must be the money. Must be the money that keeps me looking fly. Must be the money. Must be the money that's got me cruising in style.
Speak Radio with the $5 cash app. Afrodamus, whites don't like you, you musty snigger. What do you think about that?
Hold on, Linwood.
Can I respond?
Linwood, I wanted to say something to you, Linwood.
CT, can I respond?
Go ahead. Hold on, let Afrodamus respond. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Again, this is what's happening. These people, they feel less than, so they think that their validation.
Well, sir, you feel less than.
Let me finish. So they are projecting their mentality onto me, thinking that because I have the same skin color as them, we are one and the same. No, you guys we're not the same. We are not the same, and in my reality,
and that's why you should put a bullet in your forehead.
There we go. My reality is far from your thought process. Okay, so all I'm letting you know is rules are rules. You can call it dictatorship, you can call it cryoship, whatever the hell you want to call it. If you break rules from now on, like George Jennings Pirro said it, we are coming for you. We are coming for you, and we are taking you away.
But you gotta have evidence to prove they committed a crime. You gotta have evidence to prove they committed a crime.
And
you can't go in there and arrest somebody and you ain't got no evidence to prove they committed a crime, sir. This is
you have no
finish. They don't finish.
Why do you want a dictator on this show, CT? This is anti-American.
I don't want to
respond, CT. I've been very polite, CT.
Yes, go ahead.
CT, they can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves. We the American taxpayers. We the American taxpayers.
Nigga, you out your fucking mind? We pay taxes too, man.
We the people.
We pay taxes too. You know how much I have to pay in taxes this year? I still owe back taxes to the IRS. What are you talking about? You're living in some fantasy world.
I know who Linwood is, or they better not never put no smoke on my bro name.
Look, here's the look, you can get upset. You can get upset all you want.
Linwood, nigga, you want a police state in this country, and you want because you came up in a dictatorship. But buddy, this is the United States of America. We're not in a fucking dictatorship here, brother.
Linwood, his
and I'll tell
mind
you
would
right
be
now,
blown.
and I'll say this right now, not before. I will kill you, motherfucker, before you
Linwood,
violate the
You
Constitution
wildin'.
of
Let me
this
do
country.
that.
I will
I
kill.
do that kind of crash.
Yeah, Linwood, we gotta be careful. Go ahead.
But yo, Linwood,
Ephrodimus, are you? Hold on a second. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now he get to talk some more.
Listen,
I'm away.
here's the thing. You notice how, like, he's so upset. He still, is mad that his grandma and his mama bullied him as a child. Because a lot of them are bullied, because they live in a matriarchy.
My mother never bullied me, so I don't know what you're talking about. You're not from here, sir. You're not from here, and you can't speak to us. As far as I know, you can kiss my black fat ass.
But you see,
because I will tell you like this here, buddy. Because if you violate any of our constitutional rights, I will put a bullet in your forehead, and you can get that on record. Because, buddy, this is the United States of America. I don't know where the hell you come from. You can go back there and you can go to Europe and kiss them folks'
My bro
ass.
said that'll be your ass, buddy.
Because yes, it will be your ass. If I catch you in traffic, I will blow your fucking brains out for this country.
Chill.
Well, thanks for proving my point that you guys are criminal. City, can you make these girls be quiet for a minute?
Something to my brother Linwood real quick, right? Because I don't think you, African, listen. I don't think you would know how much Linwood and I probably both argue with that whole FBA ideology, their entire mindset, right? We probably argue with them way more than you could ever imagine, right?
Oh yes.
But hold on. But you have been the best commercial for the FBA movement. You have displayed everything that the word tether defines.
And you're the reason why FBA exists, sir.
You have displayed everything they stand on, brother. You've made my work harder for when I have to have conversations with actual black people, right? And some of our objectives behind the scenes. So just so you know, it's extremely disrespectful to me when you even refer to me as FBA. Again, I'm the founding member of the ABA, the Anti-Brokenness Association. I believe black empowerment becomes from financial control of the resources around us, whether it's banking or whether it's iron and minerals on the continent, right? So I'm playing my part in that. But everything you displayed is literally the FBA argument. Now, you preface that, these FBA guys, and understand first, all blacks on FBA. Right? Let's start there. And so now when it comes to you, let's just deal with civics and paperwork. You come over here claiming to be me, right? You come over here being an African American. You know, one of the reasons why I knew that the FBA argument wasn't valid with regard to reparations? You are a naturalized citizen, right? You could never claim my lineage here in America. You just couldn't do it. We know when this tether got here, right? So I was never worried about you getting my resources from my imaginary check if we ever get it. Am I clear? Am I starting to make sense to you? So I just wanted to put that out there. Brother, you have been, for this FBA, you have this disdain for, and who you want to put all this criminality on, right? There are people who actually have been to universities in this country you floated over to. And the reality is, crime is attached to poverty, point blank. Crime doesn't have a nationality. Crime doesn't have a people. Crime has a socioeconomic status. That's where you see the highest levels of the. That's where you see the highest levels of the pettiest crimes, right? And it's kind of a tilt when you tilt the access the other way, where the real crimes are happening. I know you're not prepared to have that conversation, right?
No, because
you seem to support your Lord and Savior Donald Trump.
Because as long as those criminals are white, it
you
doesn't.
Get what I'm saying, Linwood? He could never have the conversation about flipping the axis where the real crimes are happening. Because again, I'm still waiting for these Epstein papers, Linwood. Oh, they want to change the subject to everything else.
Not what they ran on.
I give them a challenge. If they can stop talking about black people and start talking about white people in which they admire so much,
hang tight for me, guys. Hang tight, guys. You guys are kind of talking. Hang tight.
Must be the money. Must be the money. Got to be, 'cause I got what's wanting to be my friend. Must be the money. People I never knew, people I never thought I'd connect with. Oh no, I don't know what it is. Talk to me. Check it out.
Real quick, Speak Radio with the $2 cash app. Speak Radio says, put some lotion on your ashy ass feet, you African. Talking to you, Afrodamus. Imperious with the $2 cash app says the only taxes Linwood pays is to his pimp cuck boy, and you get a must be the money.
Must be the money. I've got so much blame. Must be the money. Must be the money. 26 with all this wealth. Must be the money. Must be the money that funds my lifestyle. Must be the money. Must be the money. The party's at my place.
And Bob with the $20 cash app says, for Linwood, sing the national anthem proudly, please. Linwood, are you willing to sing the national anthem proudly?
I'll give my
I'm sorry? Your phone is breaking up. What you say?
I will give my pledge of allegiance. And my pledge of allegiance goes to this, Bob. I, at all times, relate to the U.S. flag the same exact way the U.S. flag relates to me. Thank you, Bob.
Oh. Hold on. Say that again. Let me write that down. Hold on. Let me write that down. Say that again.
I, at all times, relate to the U.S. flag the exact same way that the U.S. flag relates to me.
That is one of the key pillar doctrines of the ABA, the Anti-Brokenness Association. That is one of our new key pillars. I'd like to thank you, my brother. I'd like to thank you for that one. That was
yes,
tough.
sir. Much appreciation.
That was tough.
Now, for these people who say I hate white people, let me address you right quick. I do not hate white people, and that is a waste of time to even get onto that subject.
Correct.
What I hate, however, is that these non-white people who claim that the white people is so great and so angelic that they can't even see the contradictions in their own fascination with whiteness. It's a fetish. They don't like who they really are because they don't like the power that they're in. They know this subconsciously that they're politically in a powerless position, and they're a part of a collective of people that are in a powerless position, not by choice, but by force.
Punching down. Yep.
And so what they decide to do is punch down and not punch up. Because if they go, like I told a white female at work, if I slap the hell out of you and you slap the hell out of me, who is going to prosecute me? Who's going to arrest me? Who's going to sentence me? Is a black person going to convict me for slapping a white person, or is a white person going to be convicting me? Hell,
if the prosecutor is black,
let's put this in respect. Let me put it another way.
Linwood, if you're in Jackson, Mississippi, and you slap somebody white or black or purple, I'm pretty sure the prosecutor's black.
Nope, white person going to be convicting me. White person going to be on the jury. Hell, this was
in Jackson, Mississippi. Okay.
Hell, I'll tell you like this.
In Memphis, you think in Memphis too?
Okay. Wait, hold on. Jay Prince.
Hey, no, what if I told you one of my ex-girlfriends from years ago was a prosecutor? Would you believe me?
I'll believe you.
Okay.
But more than likely, I'll have to squinch my eye to see who's going to take that case. And more than likely, a black prosecutor is less likely to take that case, or that case will never come to her desk.
No, what if I told you that the individual I dated years ago who was a prosecutor, she was a very tough on crime, hard-nosed black woman? Would you believe me? And she was. What if I told you that? You wouldn't believe me?
I believe you. I believe it. Because at least if I'm convicted correctly, and I got the time I deserve because I committed the crime. At least a black person will convict me correctly. A white person will never convict me for the crime I committed correctly.
So a black you are specifically. Whoa! Are you specifically talking about black Americans?
Yes, I'm talking about so-called black Americans.
Because in other black countries, there's a lot of arbitrary judiciary, whatever. But so you said
it's always going to be different.
Now I will say this, CT. I will say this: black people need to stop emulating their subjectors' way of doing crime.
Epidemics, are you following this, buddy? By the way,
And do it.
I am. I would love
Hold
to
on.
chime
I'm
in
on the
at some
table.
Linwood,
point.
that's
I'll put
one
it on the
I
table.
even struggle with, Linwood.
I'm
But
gonna
you
put it
got
on
a
the
point.
table. If black people want justice, we got to start producing it. If we want to do something correct, we want to correct this court system, then we can, or the medical system, or anything in this area of people activity known as the United States. We can't be acting like the people who put us in this condition. We have to change our behavior to conduct ourselves in a way where, hey, look, we are following this Constitution. We follow it whole hook, line, and sinker. Yes, if you're a conservative, you have a right to be a conservative. You have a right to have your views. But for me to prosecute you unjustly, or for me to redistrict you out because we don't like your politics, that's bullshit.
Let Afrodamus get in real quick. Afrodamus, what do you think about what Will and Linwood have been saying?
Very interesting. If we
said,
can get
Linwood.
them not to say anything, that would be amazing. I know CT, some people are probably like, man, I bet you Afrodamus, his TVS, got greater when he went to correction, tactical verbal skills. But no. See, people are wondering how I'm able to handle the two, ghetto bonquishes right here, because I used to date some of the, ghetto female. Their form of argument is there's no difference in them. They think
I
alike.
got next,
They are overly sensitive and emotional, and they would run away from the truth. Like you would literally catch them and show them the camera. They would die going down saying, I didn't do nothing.
That is the truth according to you.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Facts are not your
let me finish. So if you look at it,
keep that in mind.
Everything, City, watch everything I say. They are going to bring white people into it, because the fact of the matter is, these people want to be
that's what
on
you wanted to the table.
let me finish.
You brought them to the table.
These people want to be on that. They want to. They
offended
envy
at the whole
white people.
bonquisha
Hold on. These people. You notice how they cannot control themselves.
Yeah.
City, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
And also, Linwood proves exactly what I was saying about the criminal, violent culture. He's sitting right here committing felony, right here on camera,
What felony am I committing by this beautiful infinity pool?
threatening me, talking about how he is gonna,
Hold on, but brother, this is where I'm saying you are a liar.
For me, here's the thing.
You are a liar, though.
Hold on, let me finish.
Infinity pool.
Hold on. As a proud.
Accusation about my character.
City, tell them to be quiet. I was quiet when.
Would you agree?
Hold on. City, when they were cackling to each other like hyenas, I was quiet. So let me cook in English.
Thank you so much for the $2 cash app. Go ahead.
So here's the thing, like everything you say, they are going to start saying it's white people, right? And this guy talking about what he's gonna do to me. CT, I am a proud naturalized American citizen who in fact believes in the Second Amendment. You see, the very AR-15 you're speaking of, I'm a collector of it. Do you know what they call the cent? The cent. I bought it for $3,000.
Well, actually, he's collecting his.
He's collecting his. So hold on. Let me finish.
You collected of it because you don't have one. You can't even fuck your woman correctly.
Let me finish. I think. Hold on. If you are a wise, no wise person will threaten people online that you know nothing about. You must, that's pretty dumb. If you're gonna do it, just be quiet and roll up on me, because that's what you guys do, which will be hard because I live in a clean, secure white neighborhood, where you guys are even scared.
I mean, hell, that's good.
So I'm not worried about that. The fact of the matter is these people are sensitive. They don't like the truth. whatever you say, they would say, what about white people? It comes down to it. Even what I'm saying to them, they're like, how can this guy observe this on his own? No, 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 he can't. It is white people that are telling him this. You see, they believe, oh, white people, you're worried that they don't like you. Sir, I live in a white neighborhood with the beautiful white people. We barbecue, we go hiking, we go to, coffee time, you name it. In our parks here, city, we can sit there with no problem. You can sleep on the ground. Try that in the inner city and see. In the ghetto, I've been to the ghetto park. I stopped because I needed to use the bathroom. But when I looked at the conditions, I was like, I better keep going. I'm too white for this neighborhood. You see? So, city. So clearly, he's proved my point. About being violent criminals. Imagine people who are like this, that talk like this. Don't you? Where do you think they belong? Let's just be honest. Not out here. Thank you.
There we have it. Go ahead, guys.
Go ahead, Lewis. It's my turn now. So he made an assertion that I subscribe to criminality and this, that, and the third simply because I'm black. Now, Gimpy, I'm going to ask you again, what about this infinity pool gives you that I subscribe to criminality? Nah, not at all. This is what I subscribe to. There are many blacks just like me,
on God's
right?
earth, what's that have to do with me?
Who aren't doing bad in life. No, I'm asking you, Gimpy, like, did that make sense? When he simply made the assertion that because I'm black, I subscribe to criminality.
I
As
think
if
he
there
did.
isn't a whole white, look, Gimpy, as if there isn't a whole white liberal, right? You get my point. I
Yeah, I
wasn't
get it.
involving you, Gimpy. I'm saying I know you're logical, right? So
I'm just
everyone says
working. I'm
Wall
not doing
Street crashes out. So
Go ahead,
yeah,
seek
like
permission from the white man.
hold on. I
Seek
wasn't
permission from
finished.
the
My
white. You see,
African brother.
he's seeking
You went
permission
a
from the
half
white
hour.
man.
You went a half hour 3 times in a row.
Stop
May I
seeking
speak?
permission.
May I
Stop
speak?
seeking permission.
I'm around a lot of people on vacation. I can't yell. May I speak?
It's all right. People know that's what you guys do. You yell.
No, that's not.
They're
No,
like, there goes
that's
those
not what I
people
do,
again.
sir.
There goes those people again.
Listen, that's like me saying we know you're a scammer because you're from Nigeria, right?
He's not from
Is
Nigeria, but
that your argument? So your argument is what white America says about us is automatically true. So it's
You see
automatic
how
that
he
your baby.
see
So it's
you see how he
automatic. Hold
quickly
on, hold on,
ignores
hold
that
on,
I'm not
hold on, hold on,
Nigerian.
hold
You
on,
notice?
hold. Oh, see, he's panicking. You see how quick he starts panicking. I wanted to show y'all this really cool graffiti, but yeah, like you're making the point that white America makes about you as well. Your babies had
Well,
flies in their eyes before they opened up these doors, right?
you know what? You know what's interesting
Now,
though? A lot of these people, and I don't mean to cut you off,
oh,
Will. I don't mean to
my,
cut you
my
off,
bad. Now
Walter.
that's you, Linwood. Oh, now you got green
Yes,
light. Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off. A lot of what the reason why they gravitate towards white conservative ideals is because they're really gravitating towards a stereotype or they're gravitating towards a perception or prejudging of people before they got a chance to know them or sit down and talk to them or break bread with them. So they really believe in their mindset that, hey, white people are very angelic, they're very, whatever. And I think that's why I don't take him serious with the things he says, because one, he's only going to these racially restricted areas, is what I would call them.
But look, Linwood, my thing is, right, like on a scholastic level, on a university level, when he brings up things like vagrancy laws, right, I understand he has no idea on how policy is shaped. I know he doesn't understand that that was attached to when blacks in America were free. So now, if you don't have a place to go and lay your head, if you're outside, you're vagrant. You're a criminal now. He doesn't understand
You're a
the
criminal for being
term. He
homeless.
doesn't understand the term criminalization. How a group can be criminalized, right?
In the
He
United
thinks
States,
we.
you also
He
have the
thinks we
press.
simply, acquiesce and agree with the criminal lifestyle. He thinks we want to be Bugsy Siegel. He thinks we want to be Al Capone. White criminalization, right? That's handled very different.
Well, in
He
hip
just
hop,
he
well,
doesn't understand.
a lot of his worldview is based on stereotype. When you can listen to him talk, it's stereotypes.
Right.
It is
He
a
doesn't get
preset.
it.
It is a stereotypical view of black people. Now he may have our melanin or whatever, but deep
But he's
down
not.
inside,
They not like us.
he well, yeah. I mean, well,
Efrener,
the
I mean,
skin folk is not a kin folk, but I want to say this. I want to be
what do you think
serious.
about? What do you think about this? They're saying that just because you have the same skin tone, you're really not one of them. What do you think about this?
Actually, I wasn't going to go that far with the CT. What I actually was going to say is, yeah, they may have our skin tone, but not all black and non-here are monolith thinking. It's not, and I wouldn't want that because I don't want everybody thinking the same thing because it'll be boring. But when you start using platforms to demean or punching down on people that are like yourself, now may not engage in the same activities as you, but as a black person,
Right.
you're punching down on other black people, and that's more like a prison
And Linwood,
mentality.
look what fucks me up, right? I
Just
mean,
watch the
messes me up.
F-bomb. Yeah.
Messes me up. I'm sorry. So I'm on this trip, right? When you look at Polynesian culture, that's a pan culture. You're talking Fiji, Tahiti, you're talking Hawaii, you're talking all these different islands, right, that identify with each other. They have open border policies to each other. No one's saying, right, oh, you Hawaiians, y'all are criminals. Y'all are just criminal minded. No, they all share in a understood struggle between the groups that they've had to struggle against on these islands, right? There's something that creates the coon in the space of anywhere that colonialism has been involved, whether it's the continent or America, right? There's just something about that coon that will turn on his own people. But it is very important for me to define number one, especially for those that travel into this country, right? You wouldn't have any of the rights and abilities you have without Black Americans, right? And two, for all of our good, you're also a part of all of our bad because your people, when they go through that system, they're classified as African American or Black too, right? That Nigerian criminal who was selling bootleg Louis Vuitton bags or whatever. Because when we look at these criminalization laws, and these statistics we throw out there, we don't break down the numbers. We just say blacks commit more crimes, right? All right, cool. So all of those Gucci bag salesmen from Nigeria don't help. And that's the FBA argument, which I actually normally fight against. But the guy Afro,
City, are you
he was
seeing
literally
this?
a commercial. He was literally a
City,
commercial for
City,
the
are you seeing
FBA
this?
doctrine.
Well, can I ask you a question? Like seriously, before I just want to ask Will a question, man. You talk about this statistic thing, right? Like you understand your enemies don't divide you the way you divide yourselves. And I speak from
That's the
personal.
point I'm making. That's
But
the
it
point
doesn't
I'm making.
matter. You're trying to say that because they keep the statistics, like, dude, you have to look at it. It's adversarial statistics. It's statistics specifically meant to
Let me
keep
break it
it.
down for you like this, Gimpy. Clearly, you see there's a distinction between who I am and who Afro is.
Oh, hell yeah.
What I'm saying is the numbers that people like him who come from outside this country, they don't carve out anything of their own, right?
Oh, I see what you're
All of
saying.
their good and all of their bad
Oh, you do,
is
Gimpy?
I
intrinsically
get it.
tied to us. Why? Because they could have never came over here and sold their shea butter and their fake Rolexes in 1950.
But Will, do you
They
get
would
what
have been
Gimpy?
swinging
Do
from
you
it.
get?
You get my
But
argument now, Gimpy?
Will.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Will, do you get what Gimpy's asking you? Do you get what he's asking you?
Like you understand that like the righteous muffins or the people who hate me and hate you just as much, they don't see a difference between you and Afro.
Oh,
They don't
absolutely. I
care.
know
They
that.
just see that you're not
Absolutely.
them.
And
Absolutely.
you're honest.
That's
And
why.
Gimpy,
Hold
That's
on.
why I
So there's
brought
a
up
bigger point
the.
I'm trying to make here.
That's why I
The
brought
bigger
up the
point is why do you
Polynesian
choose to
unity.
divide yourselves into
Listen,
your
that's why I
numbers if your
brought up
enemies
the
aren't going to do it
Polynesian
and they're going to come
unity.
at you? Aren't you stronger together? Aren't
Hold
the
on.
two of you
Hold on,
stronger
real quick,
teaming up?
Gimpy. That's why I brought up the Polynesian unity that I see through these islands. They dealt with things with French, Indo-Polynesian, whatever the fuck. And they dealt, I mean, whatever the mess, right? Sorry. And they dealt with the British. But they all dealt with a similar enemy, like you were speaking to, Gimpy, right? But they have a certain unity and open door policy, right? That Coonism doesn't allow my people to have when it comes to Western nations. We have to weed out the coons. We have to separate ourselves from the coons
Wall Street
because the
Willie,
coon.
Wall Street Willie,
Yeah.
Wall Street Willie.
You think that the Hawaiians feel that way? So
Give it to me.
No, they don't.
Wall Street Willie,
They
Wall
have
Street
a
Willie,
beautiful
Willie,
thing. Go ahead.
Willie.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Willie. I think you're a good guy, man. I really do.
I'm
Willie,
not. You don't get this
Willie,
successful
can I
in America
finish
being
talk?
a good guy.
Can I talk on my show, please?
My bad.
Will, Gimpy is asking a great question.
Let me ask you.
Hold on. I'm not done. And also, when you say coon, you're projecting, or you are projecting. Bro, you are cooning every single day. You've given the white man your money every day for his cars, his technology, et cetera, et cetera. You are empowering the very same man that you think that coons are buck breaking for or buck dancing for, but you are giving you are giving the very same man that supposedly coons are cooning for. You are giving them your hard-earned money to empower them.
Yep.
So
now,
it sounds
now
ridiculous.
let me ask you.
Can I finish?
Yeah, my bad,
It sounds
my bad.
ridiculous when you call somebody a coon, sir. We're all a part of the same hypocrisy, sir.
Cool. Now let me ask you
All
this.
of us.
Do you
Go
think
ahead.
the Koch brothers view themselves as conservative white coons for
No, they
hiring
don't.
blacks?
No.
Hold on. So allow me to make my point.
You're asking the question.
For hiring blacks, right, all over America. So my point is, utilizing the goods, resources, and services isn't what makes you the coon. What makes you the coon is the way you think. What makes you the coon? Hold on. What makes you the coon is when you start making arguments about black criminality.
Can I get personal?
Not being willing. I get it. See?
I get
I
personal?
can never respond.
I
You
know.
let the African go. He's naturalized, right?
I'm sorry,
I am a true citizen. I was born here.
I know.
And I don't get half as much time as him.
Can I finish real quick? And Aphrodite
Where
probably
am
can
I
agree.
right, Skimpy?
Can I agree? Okay, hold on for a second. I'm gonna say this, Wall Street Willie, and I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Good.
I truly believe that the fact that you are not really like me or Aphrodite, like a pure black, you're light skinned, probably got some white ancestry. I think you're trying to overcompensate. And that's what I'm starting to. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I hate to be that person with it.
We can come back to that. There is.
I really believe that.
There is a history of women like Angela Davis, the most light-skinned, holding our black fist up the most high and going the hardest for the cause. So we can come back to that.
Yeah, and I've seen this all my life.
I get your point.
I really believe that's what's going on with a lot of people, man.
Could be quite
possible. Now,
possible.
Linwood, for example, I think he's overcompensating.
I wear this blackness on my back, on my chest, on my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, like a person like
right.
Linwood, I really believe that Linwood, it's because he didn't really grow up around blacks. So he's overcompensating for something that he didn't really experience. That's just me. I could be wrong.
Yes and no.
Which
Yes
is
and no, chaotic. Yes or no, chaotic.
See, I grew up around blacks. I've worked around blacks. I am, and Aphrodite for damn sure grew up in Gambia around blacks. So I feel like we have a different viewpoint.
Okay.
Have you noticed something here?
What's
Somehow they are forcing forcing themselves. Hold on. They are forcing themselves. They are forcing themselves onto me like they do with white people.
And I don't have
they don't what they don't understand.
I'm going to the Diamond Creek.
You know this.
So
Let me finish. What they don't understand is it's not about skin color. It's about right versus wrong. That's what it's about. You see?
Yeah.
They are blind. They can't see. We are not of the same spirit. They are in the hands of the devil. Because look at it. How can a group of people?
Whoa! Now I'm gonna bust your ass.
Let me finish. How can grown men?
I grew up in the church.
Put this female down.
You're gonna hear me.
Put the hood rag down. Thank you. So here's the thing: they can't help themselves. They are blind. This is why they are fighting so hard. They have that dark spirit, because they see me as the
No, I'm
light.
simply saying
So
you're a
so
liar.
hold on, let me finish. So they
I'm
can't
simply
take
saying your
it.
life will
They
never
want
be as
to.
good as
They want
mine.
to. They want to
So when
bring
you're
me.
talking about the
They
construct
want
of
to. Let
blackness,
me.
I am a part of that.
Can you put Bonquisha down,
No,
please?
no, no, no,
City,
no.
he won't be able to be
You
quiet.
keep doing all the
Please,
bonquisha stuff, but I am in a
Put
place you'll never
Bonquisha down.
afford to go.
Yeah, thank you. So here's the thing, man. Again, whenever you speak truth,
Hold on, CT. Now, if we're
it's a
gonna be allowed to
competition.
crash out, let everyone crash out.
They
That's
think
all
they
I'm
think
asking.
first of all, they
Because I
think it's a
wasn't finished
competition.
speaking and he's
Hold on,
jumping
hold
back
on,
in.
hold on, hold on. Let me finish. Here's
He's
what they
gonna
are
be
saying.
long-winded
They
with the
know
African talking stick, and he's
City,
gonna take
City.
forever. But I
He
never get
knows
a chance to land my
City.
plane.
City, you
So
know
I'm
this
saying if we're all gonna be
City, can
allowed
you
to
put him
crash
down? He's
out,
not
cool.
gonna let me
I don't have
talk.
no problem with that. But
City,
you know you're gonna
City,
drop me.
City, this overly
So I'm saying
emotional guy, thank you. Here's the thing. You notice how when they
Let
talk,
him start. Yeah.
when they talk, they say, I think, and they speak about how they know how other people think. I'm here, they
you
can
are a
ask
liar.
me. They are
Let
fighting
him
so
finish.
hard. They're like, oh, this is what these Africans think the white people are angels.
Can you
Yes,
say
they
that
are.
for me,
White
CT?
people are
Let
angels
Wall Street
compared to
finish.
you people. Because first of all, what white people are putting up with, they don't have to put up with it. It's like this is the only nation where they brought slaves here, freed them, build places for them, give it to them for free. White people they started paying reparation with the 14th Amendment by giving them citizenship. They could have shipped them back to Africa where they came from, but they kept them here, right? So they have proximity to white people, because they don't have the
You're wrong.
capacity, the
Let him
You don't know
IQ.
finish.
history.
Hold on, they naturally
You're a
don't have
fucking
the
idiot.
IQ,
Let him
the
finish.
IQ they naturally don't have the IQ to elevate themselves, to be a part of the system. Most of them, they are not assimilated. They are anti-American.
Yeah.
The only thing keeping them here is because they
And
haven't
please don't
found a
cut me off,
place.
Whoa,
CT.
whoa, whoa,
They
whoa.
Please
haven't
don't cut
found,
me off,
they haven't,
CT.
let me
Because
finish,
now
let me
let's get
finish,
to it.
let
You
me
want to
finish.
talk about
They
an
haven't,
IQ?
Shitting on
they,
us,
Then
and
have
you're
enough
they,
of an
evaluating it.
IQ
city,
How
to
many
create
black
a
people
they
serve in
learning
the
are, they
military?
path
are, they
for
are
How
you
many
to
black
afraid.
people
come
serve
here
in the
They're
military,
afraid of
sir?
the truth.
and
They
be
are
a
Black people are
afraid.
serving
proud
in militaries.
naturalized citizen.
Come
Your
on. What
naturalized
is he
black
talking
ass
about?
had nothing where you were.
Wait a
You
minute. Time
created
out.
nothing I can go to, right?
Time out.
So
You brought your
when you're
People
done, I
proud
serve in
will
the
talk.
military. How
naturalized
When
many
you're
ass
done,
people
I
are
over
will.
here
American?
and
Wait a minute.
capitalized off
Wait
what
a minute. Hold
black
on, sir.
Americans have
Wait a minute,
created.
sir. Black people serve in the
Goofball.
military. Black people
Right,
serve this country. How in
right.
the hell are they anti-American when they have fought in most of this nation's wars? What
We
are you
died
talking
for
about?
NASA.
Okay, are you guys done? Let me continue.
I mean, no, no, no,
So
Nah,
no,
so
no.
nah,
so
Address
you've
that.
had
No, sir. Wait a
so
enough.
minute. Hold on.
You've
I
Address
will
that.
I
spoken
will
enough.
I will
Now
I
let
will
us continue.
I
I'm
will.
gonna keep my mouth
So
shut. I want
But
you
uh,
to
I'll come
address that.
back
so
after
How can
CT get
black
so
off
people
me.
who serve in this nation's military?
D from Boston says for the $5 Cash App, let Afrodamus cook. Salute. So you got 5 minutes uninterrupted time. Go ahead, Afrodamus. I bring them back
thank you.
5 minutes.
So clearly these people they lack the understanding that it's about good versus evil. It's not about whiteness or blackness. They're a rational mind like myself. I know what they're saying is a lie. White people here in America, the 1% who had slaves, they freed these Africans, made them citizens. That's why Trump said the 14th Amendment was for the slave babies. And then we move fast forward to, they said, the civil rights. Oh, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't come here. Sir, your people marched to move into white neighborhoods, to go to white schools, to drink from white water fountains, to go to white restaurants. This is why we have what they call white flight. Have you ever heard of black flight? Never. They always tether themselves to white people. They can't build. Even the places that white people built, they've destroyed it. They like to bring up Africa as if I'm sitting here talking about they are great builders in Africa. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Being an American, I'm going to speak on American issues. It's not about race. The excuses they are making only on overseas prison.
Oh,
That's the only an overseas prison would help them.
Speak Radio said cancel your 5 minutes, but go ahead and then go ahead, Afrodamus.
Well, I want to say this, please. You can
Speak Radio positive. Positive. It's gonna be.
I'm sorry.
You know what the black community's real problem is with Donald Trump? He's not accomplishing the real goal. Because for us blacks that did support some of his policies, it was to keep you foreigners out.
Oh,
right? You're not helping our now. You want me to go full FBA? Let's go there.
But how come I'm not the one crying? Why are you crying? If I'm the foreigner, why are you crying? Answer the question is why are you the one crying? If you believe, hold on. If you believe this is for us foreigners, why are you the one crying? Why are you crying?
Model citizen. Have you said?
I have walked down half the beach of Waikiki, and you've had the African talking stick. Can we talk now?
Hold on.
Can we talk?
Hold on, Will. Hold on, Walshy Will. I said on this panel, black people have served in this country, serving our militaries, fought in all these wars.
Sir, we don't care. We don't give a damn. That doesn't mean we're not gonna put you criminals in jail. Nobody cares about that. Okay? We are talking about right now. We the American people. We the American people. We the citizens of this country, the good law-abiding citizens, the taxpayers. That's right. So all that crap you're talking about, we do not care about it. We are judging you from your behavior today. We do not. It's no longer slavery.
Hold on.
You have no we.
We the American people. We are tired of your behavior.
Fake Gambian Rolexes.
So wait a minute.
No we here.
So wait a minute. Hold on. Let's settle this down.
I'm a part of the Democratic Party.
Let me say this.
They don't care about you Gambians. You have no we here. Let me the we
for the record. Let me say this for the record.
You're on my coattails.
We is 337 million. That is white and non-white people. Okay? That's we. So this we you're talking about we're tired. No, you are. And bottom line is, you have not one time said anything positive about black people.
Have you heard of black fatigue, sir?
Black fatigue was actually created by black people.
He wants a spot, bro.
Oh yeah, you guys created everything. You created everything. Okay. You even created oxygen. I get it. You created oxygen.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, you created oxygen.
He doesn't know what black fatigue is. Black fatigue is us being tired of having to explain ourselves to you. You don't even know what black fatigue is. This is why
I'll be happy to read it. I actually be happy to read it.
Come on, bro. You know I know Linwood. This is why I was dealing with scholastics. This Gambian's opinion really means nothing to me. He keeps saying we. He is connected to nothing in America. Democrats definitely value me more than you. Right? The we, right, in the Democratic Party is representing issues that they think
I'm a Trump voter, sir.
I'm a Trump voter. You, and I promise you, the Republicans care about you even less. I promise you.
Hey, they are doing everything I voted for. They are doing everything I voted for, and that satisfies my soul.
They hate the fact that
it satisfies my soul to see that criminality is coming to an end.
Let's just deal with the political parties. Let's just deal with the political parties. You do realize the
Republicans. I'm not. Look, I don't care about hearing about the Democrats.
Question, brother. Can I ask you a question, my Gambian brother? You do.
Real quick, Antoine with the $5 cash up and the $3 cash up. He says he wants you to cook Afrodamus. The $3 one says let Afro Man talk, and you get a 5-minute credit. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Is that for me? Thank you very much. So
if you want to use all 8 minutes, yeah.
So clearly, these people are trying, to force me onto their side. I'm not interested. He's talking about Democrats' degeneracy. I do not care about this stuff that they talk about. Okay, it's about right versus wrong. If you don't commit crimes, you don't have to worry about anything. And they are saying that, oh, this law is against foreigners. Sir, I am not a foreigner. I'm a US citizen. Do you understand there's a difference? And how come I'm not seeing those foreigners out there crying? They are the ones crying over here. Now they want Hispanic solidarity. They want to support a gang member from El Salvador. This is what they do. I am not one of you. Your spirit is too dark. We are not of the same spirit. And you are not what they are saying about their ancestors fighting in the army. That doesn't exonerate you from crimes. Those people were law-abiding Americans. They love America. They led their lives for America. But you are doing the opposite. And have you noticed how now all of a sudden they want to be pro-America because I'm over here? It's killing them that, I'm an American. This is killing them. I know this for a fact, but they can't do anything about it. Here's what you people need to do. Assimilate to the society. This fatigue, everybody is tired of you people and your rhetoric, constantly crying, begging, talking about reparation, refusing to take accountability for your behavior. This is what we are talking about. You're not about to drag me into conversations about some foreign country in Africa. I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk about our country, the United States of America. And I know it's killing you. It's killing you. Now you want to be American because I'm talking. It's too late. All of us, we know you people don't love America because 2020 also is fact. They had no problem walking around burning down America, but they built it, right? When you build a place, you won't burn it down. We saw them follow two lesbians, fat lesbians, by the way.
Yeah.
What good can lesbians bring to you? What do you see in lesbians that would say, yeah, this is what I need to follow? Even though you say you want to create a family and a stable society, those two don't go together. So please stop trying to bring me on your side. I do not care what FBA, why they want to quote unquote delineate from Africans. Africans are more than happy. Can't you see that Africans don't let their kids play with your kids? Isn't that delineation enough? Yeah, that's delineation enough. They must know this. I'm not here to beat down on them, but I'm here to bring the truth to them. The white people, when white people speak, they call them racist. When I speak, they're like, oh, you're a foreigner. They keep making excuses. I did my time. I served the community, okay? I served the community, making sure I keep those people in prison, if you know who they are. I have done that to make sure the white communities and all communities are safe. By the way, a lot of the victims are your own people, but we cannot have this continue in a civilized society like the United States. And that's a fact. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one saying this.
Let me ask you
everybody is saying this. By the way,
actually, the only people who are saying this is white people who vote Republican. So
no, all rational-minded people are saying
that's
it.
the we you're talking about. So let's get specific. Let's stop pussyfooting around. Okay. Let's stop pussyfooting around with the words here, and let's just say exactly what it is. And I appreciate the fact that you're saying what you feel, but I think what you're doing is no different than what other victims of racism do. In a prison type analogy, you're trying to leverage the warden against the other prisoners. As long as you are the model prisoner in that prison, you're good.
Sir, were you one of those inmates?
I'm using a prison now. I'm
using
an analogy.
You know what's funny? I've run into prisoners like you in the past. I'm walking the block. You start saying, "Hey, brother." I always say, "I'm not brother. I'm Officer Damus to you." Do you get that? I am Officer Damus to you.
Yeah, we know you're a sucker.
Thank you.
Hold on, sir. Now, mind you, I didn't call you.
We definitely know that.
Now, I'm gonna be honest
Sir,
with you.
I am Officer Damus to you. Thank you.
You've talked a lot here. And CT has allowed you to talk because this is what he believes himself. He believes in exterminating black people. So I want to. I'm not calling you names. Not calling you a coon. None of that stuff. And I'm not getting into that.
I am.
What,
That's not
but
my
what I
brother.
want
That's me. I'm
but
called
what
all you
I
niggas
understand
coons.
that's BGQ. But what I want to say is this, and I'm using a prison analogy. As long as the warden ain't sicking the guards on you, you're fine with the guards using the warden to sick the guards on other.
Why would the warden stick officers on inmate? Why? Do you see how these people think?
Now,
Why would that happen, sir? What movie have you been watching?
What I'm saying, sir,
What
If
is
I
that
movie
could be
have you been
confined right
watching?
now, I would use them on you. I would use them on you.
I'm addressing it. Hold on, sir. I'm going to address your comment on why do you think that is? Because you're the reason why that we have
I'm
an
just saying, if
FBA.
you're asking why, I
And the
would use them on you right
FBA
now.
and the FBA uses you, sir. The FBA uses you as a reason why they're mainly.
Look, why don't you tell them to put my poster up to show that we the American people, we are done with criminality, and I'm black. Let them know this. Yeah, go ahead. Look, look,
Wait a minute. Hold on.
look.
I want to have
Whatever
a
you
Wait a
guys
minute.
think,
Wait a
hold
minute.
on.
Hold on, sir.
Whatever you guys
I
think,
want to
we
have a
do not
conversation
care
with you.
about.
I want to have a wait a minute. I want to have a conversation with you, brother. I'm sorry. I want to have a conversation with you. Just have a conversation without yelling and screaming at each other. I know it's heated. I get it. But
If you can say the full name, just call me officer.
Yes, sir, officer, whatever your last name is. Okay, officer. The reason I would, and just from being, I'm 42 years old. I've been on the planet for 42 years, and being from the United States, things are different compared to where other people come from, and that's okay. The way you said assimilate. Now, what you're talking about is assimilating into the white power system, and that to us is we've tried that. It's we it doesn't work for us because it actually neutralizes us politically.
Yeah, nothing works for you people.
So what I'm saying is,
I just want to take it slow. When you
Sugar
ask why,
neutralized your ass,
why
Limpwood.
would people do certain things?
So what I'm saying here is that there are non-white like yourself who want to use the power system against those that are powerless.
Correct.
And so
That's all it is. They want to be them. You'll never be them. I got a better chance of being them than you. Did you see my infinity pool? You'll
No, you
never
don't.
be them, Gambian.
No, you won't.
And for the FBA community, when I come back to crashing on them logically, because they're a bigger issue than you'll ever be for me, right?
Sir,
Don't get it twisted.
sir,
Don't get it twisted. My point is, this Gambian has no power, right?
look, there's nothing.
Even if you put him on television to
Do you
make
want
your
me to?
point,
Do you want
like
me
so
to
many
say?
of our, hold on, like he's no CT, right? When
You said let's
CT
have
coons,
conversation.
when CT
You said
coons,
let's
it
have
hits a little
conversation.
different because CT speaks great English, right? They're not gonna think he's attached to nothing in America. No one respects his opinion, FBA. So don't try to throw that back in my face later, like you see how these Africans are. No, like you're irrelevant, bro. But they're sellouts all over the
All
world.
right. Can I?
now
Can,
Right?
I,
A coon's
let
a
me
I'm sorry
coon's
respond.
to
a
interrupt it,
coon.
but I'll say
Hold
this
on.
too. I don't
Hold
like
on.
I
Damn.
don't like what the FBA's are doing because with the F I don't hell I listen officer, I get called names by FBA. I get called Uncle Tom. I get called a house N-word because the things I say about the FBA going after African people, I say it's bullshit.
So
And
Linwood, was
I
I
don't
on
like it.
point when I said he would have no clue the fights we have with them?
And
Right?
I don't like it. I
But
mean Tariq
he's been
Nasheed,
a better commercial because he's almost convinced me that they're right. He's been a
because
better
the
commercial for
FBA
them.
CT, can you cut this struggle session between these queens?
Pause. Yo, who you, fam? I smack skin on people's face. Like, please don't throw that queer term out there. You wildin'.
Go ahead, Savage. You got the first, Savage. Go ahead.
CT, so Limpwood threatened
That's
to
savage.
delete people off of this 4 times.
Yo, Savage, you ever been here?
So, again,
Savage, you ever been out here before?
Again,
What all that white greatness you got? Like, have you ever surfed? I've surfed.
Sir.
Savage. When you want to break down the difference between some communities, you Savage's life and my life, right?
Can Savage finish,
Savage is
please?
more of an N-word than me.
Can Savage, Will, do you mind if Savage finish, please?
Yeah, so CT.
Yeah.
These gay liberals are only upset about the laws being used the same way they've been using the laws.
Yeah.
They don't like when their playbook is being used against them. Limpwood literally read the Third Amendment and then tried to somehow extrapolate that to DC. They're not related. Trump isn't forcing the National Guard to sleep in any of the residents' houses. That's what the Third Amendment applies to. Again, when we said that Nancy Pelosi turned down the National Guard in D.C., he tried to come up here and say that Nancy Pelosi had nothing to do with the National Guard
Nancy
in D.C.
Pelosi doesn't control the National Guard. She's the Speaker of the House.
The Speaker of the House
she only controls the Sergeant at Arms, but she does not control the National Guard.
The Speaker of the House is in charge of the Sergeant at Arms, which is in charge of the protection of the House. So yes,
but not
she turned.
Not the secret. Not actually. She's not. She's in Sergeant of Arms. Yes, but the National Guard, no. And yes, those officers, like the one that shot Ashley Babbitt, that's what his duty was, to protect the House. He was a Sergeant of Arms person. That's it. So let's get this straight. When I was talking about the Constitution, I was talking to Brother Jay, because Brother Jay doesn't know what the Constitution is. He's just a young guy. He's young. I was young at one time too, and naive and misguided. So you don't really know a lot of things.
Do you see how these queens cannot shut up?
But the education system does not really teach us anything of civics. Civics has gone out the classroom.
Okay, so then explain to me what due process is.
Due process means you get, you get an inquiry, you get an investigation, you get indictment. You get treated correctly. You do things correctly. So
if that's due process, is that applicable in immigration?
Crime. If I commit a crime, I get my day in court. I get to confront my accusers. They get to present
is that the due process? Is that the due process for immigration?
There's a process with criminality. He was charged as a criminal, right? His process, he was still in the midst of his process in terms of citizenship, right? So there's different processes for different things. You with me, Savage? Stay with me. I'm gonna make it very elementary for you, right? You still with me?
So you're gonna explain back to me my own question. I got you. I understand. Big brain there.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. There's a process for immigration. There's also a process for criminality. He was thrown out the country for the criminality process when he hadn't even gone through due process. He wasn't convicted yet. It makes sense now?
That's not why he was thrown out, sir.
So why was he
thrown out? That wasn't the due process that was violated.
So what was the reason he was thrown out?
The due process that was violated is there was a stay order on his immigration because that he, back in like 2022, he said that he was in danger in his home country because a criminal gang wanted to delete him.
Asylum.
That's not the reason why Donald Trump
he had an order of deportation.
That's not why Donald Trump is on record. That's not why Donald Trump is on record for saying
he had an order of deportation.
That all might be true. I'm not even arguing that.
There was an order of deportation.
Here are the facts.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Donald Trump is on record. I'm saying Google what your leader says. He's on record for saying he should be deported for the criminality involved. They got him out of a
that
jail
wasn't the due process that was violated.
That is violating due process. He wasn't convicted.
No, that is not.
That's due process. You have to be convicted before we can execute a punishment on you. Before we can throw you away, you have to be convicted of the crime. That is literally
just like the immigrant person that killed that white girl.
This is why they lose.
Because I know
they don't even understand what they're talking about.
But wait a minute.
I pity you people.
But
because
wait a
I
minute.
know
But
you
wait a
poor
minute.
whites
Wait a
don't
minute.
know
Wait a minute.
much
Wait a minute,
about
guys. Wait a minute.
civics, right?
Wait a minute,
But
guys.
that's
Wait.
what frustrates me. That is the due process that was
Savage.
violated.
Savage.
That's not
He
the
got
due
sent
process
away.
he was violated on, you retard. That's
Wait.
not
Well,
it.
So
you're the
so
retard.
you're
You're the
saying that Donald Trump was
process.
wrong.
What the hell are you talking
The,
about here? I
So
mean,
you're
goddamn.
saying Donald Trump is
If
Donald
you're gonna
Trump is
come here,
on
if you're
record.
no.
gonna come up here on the meth truck, at least have some knowledge what the hell you talking about. You're talking about
Jesus
Yes. So,
Christ.
again, going back to what I was trying to say before you
God
two
damn.
queens kept running your lip suckers.
Nobody argued that
And
though.
you're a meth
You're trying to
dealer.
argue a
Shut
No.
the
point that
fuck up.
has nothing to do with the conversation. Nobody
Okay,
argued
so
that.
then, so
He may
you
have done
guys
something.
said,
He may have done something 50 years ago, right? Nobody's arguing that,
no,
right? We're
you
gonna
don't
give
even
you.
know this.
We're gonna
You don't
listen,
even know what you're
listen,
talking about.
listen, listen. We're gonna
You
give
don't
you
know
that
what
one
you're
as a
talking
freebie.
about.
We're gonna tell you you're right as a freebie. We're gonna give you that one. That
You
has
don't have
nothing to
to
do with
give
the
it to me
conversation.
because you
Hold
don't
on,
know
slow
what you're
down.
talking
Slow
about.
down. That has nothing to do
How's
with the
that meth deal
You
going
conversation.
right
don't know
now?
what you're talking
How's that
about.
meth
That
deal?
has
How's that
nothing
meth
to do
deal?
with the conversation of due process.
That meth feels the
He was
same way you
thrown.
feel when you eat a
He was
donut, you fat
thrown
fuck.
out of the country
Yeah, your mama,
because he
bitch.
was charged with a violent
I hope you
crime.
die in that car tonight,
That
bitch.
it,
What are
no,
you
that's
talking
not
about?
why he was
You
thrown out
sound
of the
like a
country.
goofball.
That's not why he was thrown out.
All right, man. All right. I'll be promising myself I'm not going to talk to you middle Americans, but
Well,
I
hey,
somehow always
listen, this is
fall
what
in the
happened.
trap. So you got
Donald
it.
Trump's actually, this is one of Donald Trump's voters. This is what happens when a nation goes to hell in a handbasket.
You guys
Right?
don't even know what you're talking
That
about.
was to
That's the
your point
problem.
about a bunch of retards,
So
right?
let me
No,
say,
so
Deciding
are
the
you going to
political
let me
needle.
make the point or
Bunch
are
of
you just going to
we
keep
don't want to
telling
hear
me
a
what I'm
point
talking
from a
about?
dope fiend, a crack addict, a convicted felon.
Sir,
Get the fuck
you
out of
have
here.
no kids,
I
you're
think
F
you
bomb.
smoke dope.
obese, you work at
Just like you
F
Lowe's,
think
bomb.
because
and
I'm
you
black,
can't
I
get any
steal. I
kids.
think you smoke
You
dope.
are the
I ain't gonna
epitome
lie.
of
You
literally
got
the
a point
lowest
on that.
class in America.
You can't raise your kids to be decent citizens. I will bet you,
Sir, my kids are better
But I'm
citizens
not
than you.
judging you
They
because of your
don't
your
skin
threaten to
children
tone.
kill
are
people on
animals.
I think you
stream.
smoke dope
Your
because of the
children put
tattoos on
down
your
like
face.
dogs
I
because
think
they're
you
going
shoot
to shoot
heroin
your
because
shooter.
of your tattoos. I know those tattoos. I know dope fiend areas, right?
Yeah,
I'm not
you're
I'm
A
not
bunch
calling
you're
you
of
a
damn,
dope fiend because
correct.
of your
I
skin
a
shoot
tone.
bunch of
heroin
damn,
I
because of
want to
my
be clear on
tattoos. You're
that.
right.
pussy,
The
a
reason
bunch
that you don't understand what you're talking about is because you're black.
Word. Now we hear you. That's what's up.
yeah, we see the meth deal, baby. We know what's going on up
So,
there. We see it. You probably ain't
going
got no teeth
back
in
to
your
the due
goddamn mouth.
process,
My beautiful
CT,
black ass is about to have
CT,
breadfruit.
kick them down.
I'm gonna
Like
have breadfruit for breakfast. I think that's what I'm gonna have. It's 9:30 here. 9:30 a.m.
that's great. No one cares about what you put in your mouth. If that was the case, Limpwood wouldn't be up here because he's a
Well,
You
fag.
sitting in Meth Valley with
you're a meth
tattoos on your face, right?
biggest
Trust me,
shithole in
they
Ohio.
don't want you around here. Oh
I'm
no, these
actually
good
sitting in
American
Cleveland, Ohio, in
citizens,
a
The
black
whole state
neighborhood
of
is where I'm
Ohio is a
at.
shithole.
I'm
You
these
not
got
in
good
the
a
meth valley.
American citizens don't want you nowhere around here.
Yeah, I'm about to fix it now.
now. Let's have a conversation here and let's get off the ad hoc.
You can't,
You
Let's have a
man.
you
I
can't have
conversation.
a
tried to.
Let's
conversation
have a
because
I
you guys
conversation.
tried to,
cut
but you
everyone
can't.
Let's
off
have
as
a
soon as they
conversation.
start talking.
Most of you guys voted on emotion anyway. Let's keep it real. Politics is based on emotion. So let's put that out there.
That's stupid.
That person,
No, your
that
whole
person,
argument was emotion because
that
you guys don't
person.
know what you're talking about when it comes to the
Well,
deportation of
if
that
he was
illegal.
supposed to be deported,
I know what I'm talking about.
then
I'm going to
if he
Duke's
was
for
deported,
breadfruit.
and now if he committed a crime, he still gets due process in this country, regardless of the
Thank you.
citizen or not. He still gets due process. He
So
still
he
gets
was
his day in court.
deported.
You
He
guys
So
still
are
he
gets his
was
day in court.
you're
deported
dumb.
for.
You don't
Still
So
even
gets.
he
you
was
don't even know what you're
deported
talking
for
about.
a
Wait a minute.
reason.
Just
So wait
like
a minute. Whoa,
everything
whoa, whoa.
else you
Stop right
He
do.
here.
was deported for a
So he
reason he
doesn't
had
get due
nothing
process
to
if he commits
do
a crime in
with
the United
his
States.
due
He
processing
doesn't get due
immigration
process
status.
court.
Right.
He don't get a trial by He don't get a jury of his peers. What are we talking about here? He don't get any of that.
Even the Constitution.
You don't get
that.
jury on immigration.
But look.
I mean, but I'm saying if he committed a crime, Savage.
Linwood, these goofballs don't understand that the Constitution does provide certain securities for even non-citizens on American territory. But these goofballs don't know that. He cooks meth. Like he's never read the Constitution.
You're right.
I've actually read it word for word.
So
right.
Savage, so Savage, what does it say? What is it right here? Do you have this?
Do you have this?
I can't see what it is.
This is the Constitution of the United States. Do you have one?
I do.
Go get it.
It's at my house.
Good.
Under my truck.
At least you have one. Now.
Yeah. So again, explain to me what the procedure that wasn't followed again with this guy.
We're talking about the due process of laws.
Okay. What due process? What procedure was not followed?
Okay. Now, if he's going to his immigration courts and he's complying with the immigration and trying to become a citizen and whatnot, he's doing the steps. He ain't trying to be here legally.
And what did the court say about his immigration?
Actually, it wasn't no court because he got deported.
No, that's not. Again, that's not true.
He got deported, and then they went.
No.
And the Supreme Court said, "You got to bring this guy violated his due process."
No.
And Trump defied the Supreme Court.
No. Again, you don't know what you're talking about. The immigration court already ruled for his deportation, but there was a hold because of his safety in his home country. The due process was that they didn't bring him back for the country to be considered safe like it is now and to then stop the hold. That was the due process. It had nothing to do with him with criminal charges or any of that.
Well, that's what your Fox News have been saying, that he was a criminal. He committed a crime here, blah, 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 blah.
He was a criminal. He did commit a crime. Those are factual statements. The due process has nothing to do with him being a criminal or he was being charged. It has to do with the hold that the immigration court had put on it for his safety.
For a crime. If he was charged in the state of Maryland for a crime, he's charged. He still gets that due process. If now after he's convicted and he does his time, then he gets deported, that's a whole different ballgame. That's the way I would think.
You understand that he had an order for deportation before he was criminally charged, correct? You understand this?
This did not come up until Trump got in office. To be correct.
You do understand that he had a order for deportation prior to him being charged, correct?
No, none of us did, because like I said, this didn't get brought up until Trump came back to office.
Okay, so again, you don't know what you're talking about.
What I'm talking about, because this did not become an issue until Trump got back in office. We never would have even heard of who this dude is. If Fox News didn't advertise him every single day, we would have never known. Okay, this is the guy that did this. We would have not known that. You wouldn't even known that.
CT.
Am I right? Am I right?
Why do you let these gay liberals
just what I'm saying here
with sugar problems?
We would have never heard about this person or so-called crimes he committed if, however, Fox News did not advertise that.
Limpwood, I would never know who you were if it wasn't for CT. That doesn't drive away from your point.
Well, actually, it does, because once again, when President Biden tried to get an immigration bill signed through,
no, he didn't try to get an immigration bill. He did not.
Actually, well, guess what? Why was that? Because Donald Trump called the members of Congress and say, "I want to run on the issue. I don't want the Democrats looking good of saving immigration. I want to run on immigration as a keystone issue." He did not care about reform. He wanted the issue. And
no, the part.
Hell, when he was in office the first time, they ran on immigration when he was in office the first time. This is their hot.